You know, before we get started here in a way that makes sense, we have a question for the folks at home. So before we get started here in a way that makes sense, we have a question here for the folks at home. Is anyone in here seeing Evil Dead Rise? Is anyone in here seeing Evil Dead Rise? I believe, comes out this Friday. Evil Dead Rise. Is anyone in here going to see Evil Dead Rise? Is anyone in here going to see Evil Dead Rise? No, trash. Okay, we'll start the band session early here today. Man. So apparently, straight up Brando says he's gonna go see the Evil Dead Rise. Interesting. Well, let me know how it is. Not big on Evil Dead, but I'm curious to see where it stands. But that's kind of off topic. Nonetheless, what is this game called? Dead Island 2. The reviews have dropped. And this is where Dead Island 2 stands. Right here, 75 on Metacritic. Dead Island 2, 75 on Metacritic. And I know no one in here cares, but, you know, it is what it is. 75 on Metacritic. And I told you guys last night, 6.5 out of 10. That's before the reviews came out. And we were pretty close, but it scored a little bit higher than I anticipated, I suppose. And there you have it, 75 on Metacritic. So to the fake gamers that are watching, are we going to purchase this game this Friday, or are we going to skip it and wait until something bigger releases? Which, you know, Star Wars is right around the corner. Star Wars is right around the corner. And we'll have to see how the cookie crumbles. Evil Dead is woke trash. Well, there you go. I don't know what to tell you, man. Skip till Game Pass. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I'll tell you what. Interesting to say the least. All right, we'll ban you. This has been one of the most difficult games to cover because there's like no hype surrounding it. Whatever hype there was, it was very, very small. So it's been very difficult to cover, to be honest, because there's no hype surrounding this game. But the next game we cover is going to be a lot bigger. So, but it's really hard to talk to a brick wall every day and. Do we have any thought in here, or is it just robots in here? Because it seems like it might be artificial intelligence. So 75 on Metacritic for Dead Island 2. I said it was a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think we could, the game isn't out yet until Friday, so. Game is not out yet until Friday. We're here to talk about the video game. We're not here to talk about stupid, silly shit that does not matter. Thank you so kindly. It's what this show is. It's not my problem. You don't understand it. You don't go into Kind of Funny's live stream and fucking trolls about random shit because, well, you just don't. So don't do it over here. Take it elsewhere. Talk about Jedi Survivor. Well, we're going to have to because there's no point in doing this. There's no point in covering. I mean, I don't want to get the game. I don't want to get games early anymore. We can't with the show we have here. We can't. It doesn't allow for anything really, unless we want to make videos, which that takes a lot of time and work, and I don't want to do that. So. It came out too late after the first game's release. Probably wasn't why there wasn't much hype for it. Well, in here there's no hype for anything. In here it's pure doom and gloom. Even if I shill something, they'll call me a shill. So it's really so sad. It's really so sad. Starfield will be hype, but it'll probably flop at launch like No Man's Sky. When will you show us gameplay? When we're able to. But by then you won't care. You don't care anyway, so it's not going to change. Plus, there's not much to do. There's not much to do in the game. I've already beat it, so, you know, I mean, we could continue to just look at the map and do some side quests. Yeah. Play the OG Dead Island, basically. It was 10 years in developmental hell. I don't know if that's true. I think they restarted it. I don't know. All right. Think you have a good time with Dead Island 2? Well, then there you go. I mean, I don't play it, don't play it. I couldn't care less what you do. I'm just being dead ass, and I know that's not what people want to hear. I don't care. You do you. I'll do me. You know, play it, don't. I don't care. That's your choice. Buy the game, don't buy the game. Recommend it, don't recommend it. You know, it's ultimately up to you. I've already experienced it. I shared my thoughts. We'll stream it maybe once or twice, if that even, when we can show gameplay. But outside of that, I have really no interest in continuing to talk about it because we've already been talking about it for over a week straight. Like, I'm exhausted already at this point. That's why I like getting games early, because you get exhausted 1 week before it comes out, 2 weeks before it comes out. So base defense helped break up the gameplay. No, it wouldn't fit in this game, bro. It wouldn't fit in this game. Bruce Campbell as DLC characters. Yeah. There is a game drought after Zelda. I'd rather cover Starfield. At that point, we'll probably just jump right into Starfield and just cover Starfield exclusively until September. If there's nothing coming between June, July, we might as well jump into Starfield. I mean, I don't know. But Starfield doesn't release until September. So, Starfield doesn't release until September. How did you get early access? We bought the game. Fallout was far better than Force Unleashed 1 and 2 combined.
It's over!
All right.
Alan Stanley super chatted $10. I'm a big fan of the original Evil Dead movies. I even like the TV show. But this new Evil Dead movie looks like any other demon possession movie. You could just watch the originals.
Yeah, I don't know what it's really doing. I don't even know what the damn movie's about, to be honest. But it has like a 96 on on Rotten Tomatoes. That's interesting. So, who knows? Alan Stanley coming through hard and strong. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Alan Stanley, the horror movie master.
Dark Horse super chatted
Holy
$20.
fucking shit, man.
Hey Mackle, conserve your sanity and become a casual gamer.
Well, I've always been pretty much a casual gamer, to be totally frank. I've always been pretty much a casual gamer. I mean, I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 when it came out, and Madden, FIFA, you know, shit like that. I've always been pretty much you know, the exception is Rockstar when they put out a big new release, and you can argue those are casual games too at this point, but you know, we played the major releases. I mean, if that makes me a casual, then so be it. Dark Horse coming through really hard and really strong with the $20 super chat. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Following the pop the cherry moment from Alan Stanley. You know, we'll just have to wait and see how now that Evil Dead Rise turns out. So, I mean, I'm not going to go see it, but, you know, some people in here might go see it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not covering Final Fantasy. I have nothing to say about Final Fantasy, bro. I don't even know what it is. Can't cover something I don't understand. Nope, didn't see Scream 6. I don't watch that stuff. Dead Island 2 is as big as the first one. Seems like it is going to be smaller. It's probably smaller. I don't remember the first game that well. But it's probably smaller. If I had to guess. "2013 Evil Dead is now the best remake ever made. True Grit." What? Greetings. Hell yeah, bro. Final Fantasy, hack and slash. But the reason why it says, look at the new flavor of the month. It's Dead Island 2 now. Look at the new flavor of the month. It's Dead Island 2. It's not, will you be covering Zelda? Well, you know, if the stars align, we might. But right now, we don't. We'll see. I'm not answering questions like that. I've already answered it 100 times. The best remake ever made is John Carpenter's The Thing. Holy shit, Ryan Curtis back in here. Hell yeah, bro. I agree. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. In my opinion, the original Evil Dead films have more quality, funny. Yeah. Well, they basically, you know, Evil Dead 2 is basically a remake of the first. So they were already remaking the film back then. You finished the game yet? Yes, we finished it a while ago. A few days ago. Whenever. We finished it. Let's see when this account was made, because it seems awfully... Yeah. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's... Demons 2, never heard of it. Never heard of that. What do you think about Starfield being canceled? Banned. Unreal. Loser villain here. You have these PlayStation fanboys still lingering around like, oh yeah, you know. It's ridiculous. I'd love to cover Starfield right now, but the game don't come out until September. It's like, there's only so much we can go off of right now because they're not ready to pull the curtain back until June. But I will defend Starfield. Because I'm seeing the Snowy fanboys already saying it's going to be trash and locked at 30 frames and stuff like that. And it's like, look, your favorite game, The Last of Us 1 on PS3, was at fucking 30 frames. You all loved it, didn't you? Oh, but Michael, that released in 2012. Who cares? Look, the point is, if Starfield was a PlayStation exclusive, and the Snowy fanboys know this, but they don't want to, admit it. If Starfield was a PlayStation exclusive, they wouldn't care about the 30 frames per second thing. The whole controversy surrounding that. They wouldn't give two shits. But since it's only on the Xbox ecosystem, Now they pretend to have a problem with 30 frames. But if Starfield were only on PlayStation 5, they would love it. And they would say, oh, it's more cinematic and it, ensures that the developers can do this, that, and the third. So they're fake gamers. The Snowy fanboys are fake gamers. Amnesia the Bunker, yeah. I don't know when that comes out. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. I mean, this game isn't even out yet. Like, this game is literally not available yet. So we're still going to cover this for at least the remainder of this week. But there's not much left to say, and when we broadcast live about this game, like, no one cares to tune in. So, I mean, it's not the most popular game. Drag Me to Hell, Not Garbage. What? Never heard of it. Oh, that's that Wes Craven thing, ain't it? Is that Wes Craven or no? I don't know. No. Didn't watch. I don't watch TV shows or movies. I mean, there's exceptions, but not necessarily. I don't do that. 75 seems to be a sign of better than they say it is. Well, I mean, look, if you want to go out and buy it, if you haven't pre-ordered, then there you go. Like, I'm just here to share my opinion. If you buy the game, don't buy the game, it's ultimately up to you. But I would argue it's kind of the same game as Resident Evil 4 Remake. I mean, in both games, you're roaming around, you're shooting, waves of enemies. I mean... It's kind of similar in a weird way.
It's over!
Ulab super chatted €5. Talk about Ghostwire Tokyo running better on PS5, even though it's from Xbox Game Studio.
Yeah, but no one cares about Ghostwire Tokyo, bro. Like, literally just no one cares about that game, so I'm not going to waste my time talking about a dead game. Yeah, but I have to check that out. That looks crazy. Sounds crazy. 1,000 planets? Yeah, what about it? What about it? Is Dead Island the first better? I'm not familiar with the first game, so I couldn't tell you. You would have to go and well, I think they did a good job I think, they did a good job with LA. That's one of the highlights of the game. Santa Monica Pier is really fucking close to how it is in real life, obviously with a few exceptions. It's not one-to-one, but it's very fucking close. Hollywood Boulevard is very accurate, except they don't, there's not much Hollywood Boulevard in the game, which is a little disappointing, but it looks pretty fucking realistic. And I just wish there was a little bit more of certain areas in the game. Instead of like, these stupid sewer segments, I wish, or the metro, the train segment near the end, they, in my opinion, could have expanded Hollywood Boulevard a little further east rather. They should have expanded it east, and it should have went down to at least like the McDonald's, and then maybe take it to Sunset Boulevard. I think they could have did a little bit more there, but the DLC says there's going to be a new areas, so maybe it'll take it to Sunset Boulevard or the Hollywood sign, who knows. Spider-Man 2, you care about the game. I highly doubt it, but we'll just pretend like you do. Do you think Starfield will be Fallout but in space or something completely different? I don't know. Performance on last-gen consoles is impressive. Well, there you go. I guess the last question is, how does this perform on PC? Because the specs were pretty crazy for PC, so... But it's on Epic, so most people won't even care about it. Dead Island being linear because too many open world games. I don't know, bro. When you beat the game, there's not much, like, you kind of have the maps memorized, and it's like, what else is there to really... Like, when you beat the game has a problem of, like, there's not enough... I mean, yeah, you can go back through the maps, but since they're so linear, some of them are, it kind of loses its appeal. Like, I can go back and do some side missions that I haven't yet done, but I've already seen all the maps, you know? I mean, I guess it would be the same if it were open world. I don't know. But I just wish the Hollywood Boulevard area was a tad bit bigger. It's really good what they have, and they have, like, the buildings very accurate to the real thing. Shadowrun 2 will be Game of the Year. Well, it doesn't even exist right now. Will you be covering Jedi Survivor? Possibly. Not big on Star Wars, but, you know, since there's nothing else out to play, it will be the next flavor of the month. It will be the next flavor of the month. All right, let's ban this weirdo. No, I do not know who you are, and I don't really care. But, with that said... No, we won't ban you because you have an old account. Thought it was a throwaway. She don't love... What happened to the toy train in the videos? What? Don't know. Dead Island and Riptide were massive... But finding all the missions and collectibles was crazy, and maybe the linear game could be a great idea, but it's up to time to decide. What? I don't know what that means. I mean, I just don't understand how you could... When you beat the game, like, there's nothing... The Hollywood Boulevard area is so small, it's like, well, let's leave this area because we've already seen all of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not much... Like, not every area is, you know, it is like Venice Beach in the game. Venice Beach, Ocean Avenue. She don't love it, so sad. She don't love. More enjoyable than Dying Light 2, I would say, yeah. But I mean, you know, Dying Light 2 is a bigger game. There's much more meat on the bone. So it depends on what you're clamoring for. I think the reviews are a little too high. I'm not kidding. I think the reviews are a little too steep. Because the reviewers didn't have to pay $70 for it on PS4. Like, this is a $70 PS4 game. I think that's crazy. But I guess no one gives a shit anymore. Oh, Michael, no one has a PS4. Get with the times. That's not the point. The point is, this is a $70 PS4 title. Like, RE4 Remake wasn't even $70, and that has more content. Like, I don't understand. Why is it only 19 gigs? I don't know. Skull and Bones. They got the expansion pass. They could add maps. Oh, hopefully they do, yeah. Hopefully they expand upon stuff. 75 is a terrible score. I thought it'd be lower than that, to be honest. I thought it'd be 70 or 65. So it's a little higher than I anticipated. And some people can't release the review yet. Some YouTubers can't release the review yet, so. Yeah, well, this doesn't have that. I skipped the whole story in this game. It's so generic. I don't even care. I just don't care. I don't care about these survivors or characters. I skipped the whole fucking story in the game. Like, I just don't care. It's like, I'm here to slash some zombies and that's it in LA. Like, the story meant nothing to me. I don't care who I play as. I don't care about the characters. Like, none of that shit was even, you know, it's like Just Cause. I don't play Just Cause for the story. I skip all the cutscenes in that. You know, it's a playground sandbox. So. How long are people saying this game is? I don't know. The game has like 24 or 23 main missions and then, you know, a decent amount of side quests. So, but after that, that's about it. Will there be DLC? I believe so. Should I get a PC or PS5? Neither. Nothing to play. It's a bird attack out here. Holy shit. Not good. Is there a bird behind me? We don't need that. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love it. Similar to Dead Island 1. What? She don't love and it's so sad. Will there be a lot of DLC? I don't know. I don't work at the studio, bro. Is that bird coming over here, bro? Holy shit. Is it enjoyable as the first one? Why not give it a try? Because I have the second one. Why would I go back and play a fucking game that's over a decade old? I have no interest in playing older games. I'm sure the first one's more advanced in many ways, and I'm sure if Cropecat wanted to, I'm sure there's enough content here. If you really wanted to nitpick and cherry pick, you know. She don't love and it's so sad. 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 Alright, either chat is totally dead or this froze. Must have froze. Dave from the Bronx, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, bro. Well, if we ever come to New York City, we can just, we know a fan in New York City now. There you go. The Bronx is, north of Central Park, right? I don't know where it's... Actually, no, it's, east, right? You have to cross the whole bridge. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Don't know where the Bronx is at. Can't remember. Where's it at in GTA 4? I think it is north. No, I think it's north of Central Central Park. Could be wrong. Oh, now the chat's moving too fast. Can't read it. Elden Ring is a terrible game. Well, you're so late on that. She don't love and it's so sad. I spent years of my life on Xbox when I could have been in the gym. Okay. The nail, yeah, they have that here in Dead Island 2. They have the nail thing here in Dead Island 2. It's in the game, I believe. Don't come to New York City. Well, don't tell me what to do. I mean, I have no plan on coming to New York City. There's no point. But it'd be, nice workout for world class. We probably wouldn't be able to walk all the concrete jungle there. I mean, holy shit. Bronx is dirty, don't go. It's not 1998, dude. Or 1985, bro. Pretty sure it's a lot different. Don't come to New York City, it's crappy. That's what everyone says about everywhere they live. Like, oh yeah, this is such a shithole, I can't wait to move. And it's like, if you live in a city, you have opportunity, period, end of story. If you don't live in a city, you don't have any opportunity. You're just stuck in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, you know, for the folks that live in a city, or at least an area that's pretty populated, I mean, you have a bunch of opportunity. And the fact that you're sitting in your parents' basement right now is a little kind of sad. If I were in LA, we'd be hustling out there. Plenty of opportunity. You know, people need music videos filmed, plenty of gigs, plenty of entertainment-centric gigs. And, you know, if all else fails, you can just go into the Hollywood Boulevard and hustle out there. You know what I mean? She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it. Filming the Joker too. Shit, you better you should record it, bro. If they're filming the Joker too, I'd be watching that. That'd be awesome. Varied scores means no shills. I disagree. I have a disagree. What was the worst game you have ever played? Well, every game this year has kind of sucked. Or at least been pretty mediocre. What game that has come out this year that has been good? Hogwarts Legacy, that's dead. Resident Evil 4 Remake, that was slop. This right here, this is flavor of the month that's going to be forgotten about within a week. Because Star Wars is coming out right after. So, tell me one good game. Dead Space Remake, that didn't need to be made. There's been no good games this year. And it's already being touted as one of the best years in gaming. Not sure how. I mean, look, we still got Zelda and Starfield and Spider-Man 2. There's still big releases on the horizon, but right now I would argue there hasn't been many good games. Because they all died. They're all forgettable and disposable and palatable. So, we're still waiting for a good game to release this year. I mean, if you guys want to play consumers, then by all means do it, but why would you buy a game if you don't ever go back to it? Like, honestly, why would you buy a video game if you never, you know, intend to go back to it? Just rent every game. There's no reason to buy these games. If you don't intend to play it again, I mean, there's just no reason. She don't love and it's so sad. She don't love and it's so sad. All right, let's ban this guy here. You really think Starfield is going to be good or insane? What? Well, it doesn't matter. It's on Game Pass, bro. You're not understanding the value of Game Pass. You don't even understand what Xbox is, bro. Like, Phil Spencer does not give a shit about consoles. That is from 1999, bro. They are selling you a live service subscription. That is what Xbox is. The console is there just to fucking appease to the 5,000 people that buy Xbox consoles. Has nothing to do with how it was back in 2002 or what have you, dude. They're there to sell the Xbox Game Pass, and that's the console. That is the entity. The consoles are being phased out. When you can play these games on your TV, why would you want to buy a console? It's a matter of convenience. Most people don't give a shit about stuff like that. The consoles have been phased out. I don't know what to tell you. As soon as they remove the disk drive, it's officially over. And there's been rumors that, you know, there's going to be a PlayStation 5 revision without a disk drive. So as soon as they take that out, you can just kiss it all goodbye. It's over. It's officially over. Once they take the disk drive out of these consoles, it's over. It will be officially over. And most people buy digital anyway because of the convenience factor. Most people buy digital only. So with that said, it's already dying. And you will have to eventually conform. So for the boomers that like to collect discs and play the games off the disc, it is over. It is phasing out within the next 5 or so years, if not sooner. Especially if PlayStation, you know, says, hey, wait a minute, we're going to, you know, revise the PS5 and we're going to remove the disk drive. That is the beginning of the end in a way that's not dramatic. That's not dramatic, Alt. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I've been covering games for over a decade. I know what I'm talking about. You know, it might not be popular, might not have the correct take, according to some people, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's just what it is. I know they have two models, dumbass. I'm saying in the future, there was rumor that they were going to take the disk drive out with a new model, a new revision. Now, I don't know if that's coming to fruition, but some I probably not on top of the rumors. I have not bought a game on a physical disc for years. Well, that's sad. So what's the point in buying a game? You don't own it. Like, if you get banned on PlayStation Network or some shit, like, you probably, I'm assuming, won't be able to play those games that you've bought. I don't know how that works. I've never been banned. But, you know, I just, and you can't resell the games. I mean, yeah, you know, it's convenient. But, you know, look, at this point, the games that release, I don't want to own them. To be honest, that's why Xbox needs to buy every studio on the damn marketplace and have it all on Game Pass day one. Every release on Game Pass day one. And drop the Xbox moniker and just call it Game Pass. And, you know, eventually you will see Game Pass on PlayStation. Absolutely. You will see Game Pass on PlayStation where you'll be able to install the Game Pass app and you'll be able to play what's on the Game Pass app. Because, again, you know, I think eventually they do, and we're not talking anytime soon just yet because it's too early, but, you know, eventually they drop the Xbox moniker and just call it Game Pass, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? There is no longer Xbox. It's just Game Pass. I think that's the end goal. That's sort of the end game in the next decade or so. Now, you guys don't think it's happening, but it is. I mean, and you know, I'm fine with it at this point. I don't need to own half of these games. They're trash. They're garbage. The only reason to buy a disc version is to see if it's broken or not. That's really the only reason. Or to not... Yeah, that's the only reason. At this point. I mean, I don't care about collecting games. I don't care. I don't play any of the games I have. I don't even know why I have them. I mean, I have to buy them to review and stuff, but... And if I'm going to buy it for the same price as digital, it's going to be physical. I'm not buying a digital game unless, you know, we can play it early or it's convenient, super convenient. There's no point in buying a digital game if you can, you know, buy the physical copy for the same damn price. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Blackjack knows what I'm talking about. I'm speaking facts out here. They don't want to hear it. These PlayStation fanboys are weird. It's not a good idea. It's coming to fruition. I guarantee in the next 10 to 15 years, Game Pass is going to be everywhere. It's already everywhere for the most part. But eventually it will be on PlayStation. And I can see them dropping the Xbox moniker. Because then it's not tethered to anything. It's just Game Pass and it's owned by Microsoft. There you go. They just dropped the whole Xbox moniker. They'll still make consoles, but they're going to be premium. They'll still make consoles, but they will be just more premium. So you think Series X is expensive and PS5, $500, $550, whatever the price is now? They're going to be up to $650, $700. And they'll be powerful, but it's for a premium audience, for a niche audience. They're phasing out the disc, and that's the last part. So whenever PlayStation, you know, rolls out that modified PS5, it's over. And if it doesn't have a disc drive, it's over. Once PlayStation falls in line with it, it's over. So, and that's what will happen, and gamers are ready. But they weren't ready 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. They weren't ready when Xbox came out, and what's-his-face, Don Matrick came out and said, well, you know, if you can't, you know, check in with the internet to play your games, well, we have a console for you. It's Xbox 360. And, you know, he just spoke facts. So I think the internet needs to apologize to Don Matrick. First of all, he was sexy, and second of all, he spoke facts. I mean, I don't know what the problem was. Because now we've conformed. We've sat down and we said, please, we love it right up the ass. So, you know.
Twitch and Dash super chatted $4.99. PlayStation fanboys are crazy.
Well, they're just crazy. They're just crazy. The PlayStation fanboys are just insane. You know? Twitch and Ash coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Twitch and Ash coming through with the 5. And I'm going to read this one out in case it doesn't read out. Hugh Jackman coming through. RE4 Remake would be a good game if it was on Game Pass. Well, it'd be a lot easier to digest. You know what I mean? A lot easier to digest. You know, and they just announced Ubisoft is on Xbox now, but it's not included with Game Pass. And it would have been amazing had it been included with Game Pass. They need to mend it all together. If they have to up the price to $20, so be it. Because to have the convenience of all of that included, EA, Ubisoft, all the Bethesda stuff, you know, so on and so forth, I mean, that's just super convenient. No one wants to own half these games. Because they're terrible. They're terrible. How is gaming dying? It's literally more popular now than ever. Just because you're in this little doom circle over here doesn't mean it's fucking dying. It's because that's objectively not true. It's literally more popular than ever. But okay, buddy, gaming is dead. I mean, it is from a creative standpoint, in my opinion. But it isn't objectively dying. It's probably more popular than ever. And the only thing that's really holding the glue together is fucking Fortnite, Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, those type of games. Without those big juggernauts, the gaming industry probably would be dead. You know, even the Dead Space remake underperformed in terms of sales. So why did EA make that? I have no idea. The fact that they greenlit the Dead Space remake is actually bewildering to me. I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, you know what? Hell no. Why would you? It just makes no sense. What do you think of X Defiant? I don't know what... Oh, that's that stupid-ass multiplayer game. No one's playing that slop, bro. The only people that are shilling X Defiant are Ubisoft shills that are in bed with Ubisoft. No one is literally saying that that's a good game. And if they are, again, they're probably shills. No one's playing that. I'm sorry. I'm not playing it. I'm not downloading that. It's probably 110 gigs. I'm not downloading that slop. Oh, a Fortnite clone? Cool. First person, like punk rock. Dude, I remember watching a video about that like 2 years ago. That shit just now came out. It's going to be dead within 2 weeks. It doesn't matter if a game is good. These gamers today don't go back. They want the next dopamine hit. They don't go back and play these games. That's why everything's a live service. Ash Creed Valhalla made $1 billion? I don't know if I believe that. That sounds like fake news. It won't even be a year. It'll be 6 months. X Defiant will be dead in 6 months. They'll shut the servers off probably in a year. But it'll be dead way before that. Unless, you know, like big streamers adopt it because they're so bored of Fortnite and Warzone. That's the only way it'll survive. If Doctor picks it up, if Ninja picks it up, whoever streams. I don't watch streamers. They're boring. They're all boring. Mine included. I don't watch these shows back. They're boring. But you know, it's not about me. It's not about what I want. It's about the consumer. It's about what they want. So if they don't find it boring, then there you go. What about the new Ubisoft hero shooter? We just discussed it. Jesus Lord. But tell your mother I said hi. Dead Space remake got greenlit because Capcom was getting off on the remakes. Yeah, well, you know, they wanted to capitalize on that. And, you know, it was a smart move, but not really because Dead Space was never really alive. Or if it was, you know, how many years ago? 2008? That's almost been 20 years. Unbelievable. Hogwarts Legacy is woke trash slop. Dead Island is already dead. Well, in here, everything's dead. I mean, I'm going to start shilling games. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't even care anymore. Because why would I care? No one listens to begin with. It's like, why would I care? I'm just going to start shilling. I'll sell out and start shilling. I don't care. Because I've tried to say, hey guys, maybe this is, I'm trying to save you guys from wasting your time and money on these terrible releases. But no one listens because they buy it in spite. So I'm going to start shilling every game known to mankind, and people then won't buy it. Because, Michael likes it, it's going to be trash. He likes that garbage. How much did Bethesda pay you to shill Starfield? You must think Todd Howard's hot, Michael. You want to get in bed with Todd Howard and suck his cock. And it's like, well, I mean, look, Todd Howard's hot. But look, Yeah, hit the like button. Holy shit. 75 likes, 250 people in here. Let's do something for world class out here. Or not. Callisto Protocol is underrated. Well, I can't wait to show the DLC for that because it's pissed me off that so many people went out and bought the $75 Dead Space remake that didn't need to exist. The $75 Dead Space remake didn't need to exist. And so many of the consumers were foaming at the mouth because Fear Hunter said it was a masterpiece and a bunch of other shills on this platform said it was so fucking fantastic. And look, I love EA. They're the best in the world at what they do. Great people over at EA, and I'm not even being fucking sarcastic. I've talked to a lot of executives at EA, and they're great fucking people. And they didn't have to be that nice, but they were. But it's just, the software is king, and when you make a game that doesn't really make sense, it's like, why does this exist? I would have rather had them do a new Dead Space instead of remaking an old one. But I guess you have to have a starting point to see if there's any interest, and then you move it forward from there. Cyberpunk is not good, it's trash. Hugh Jackman coming through yet again.
It's over!
There we go. Why does it not read out? Twitch at Ash coming through.
Twitch and Dash super chatted $4.99. Other than Starfield, what other games are you looking forward to in 2023 to 2024?
GTA 6. Now, that game probably... Bro, I'm on TikTok and I'm seeing the leaked footage again, and I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, if they had GTA 6 at this point years ago, imagine where GTA 6 is at now. You're talking about the best in the world at what they do. I don't care about the GTA Online, Shark Card, role-play garbage. None of that matters to me. I don't play Rockstar games for online. I know I'm in the minority. I don't care. And I damn well know that when GTA 6 comes out, it might be a little bit more modern for the time, but it has to be. That's just the way things are today. With that said, Hugh Jackman coming through with the 5. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Don't shill, you're the last good reviewer left. Yeah, look at how far it's got me, 250 viewers. If we shilled it, we'd have 800. You know what I mean? No, Digital Foundry has ruined the industry. Like, they make cool content, but it's just not for me. And so many people obsess over specs and resolution and frame rate, and it's like, well, who cares? Who cares about how many pixels the television is producing? I mean, it's just ridiculous. No one cares. It's all a bunch of baloney. Now, look, if the game runs like at 5 frames or something, yeah, gamers need to know about that. But with that said, these nerds are just in their parents' basement, they're 45 years old, and they're talking about the checkerboard 4K, they're talking about the frame decimals, and, just a bunch of fucking bullshit that literally does not matter. It's all fake gamer slop is what it is. If you're talking about frame rate and resolution, you're a fake gamer, period, end of story. There's no more discussion to be had. If you care about pixels, frame rate, and resolution, you are a fake gamer. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi. Well, I don't know if I played that one on PS2. I had Budokai on GameCube, and I think I had Budokai 2, I don't remember. But they made a few others after that, and I'm not sure if I played it. But they just put out that open world Dragon Ball Z game, and we played the demo, and it really wasn't... Maybe it was better not being open world, I'm not sure. I disagree with that one. What are you talking about? How do you disagree? Here's the problem with the gamers today. They want to bitch about Zelda on the Switch, and they're like, oh, I'm not playing it on the Switch. I'm going to emulate it. I'm such a fucking basement dweller. It's like, who gives a shit? What game, what frame rate, when you buy a Nintendo, the real Nintendo fans don't give a shit about performance. You don't understand. And the fake gamers have infested. The fake gamers are on the internet. If you're on the internet discussing games, you're not playing them. It's as simple as that. So therefore, you're a fake gamer. If you're on NeoGAF, Reset Era, Game Talk, Game Facts, Steam community forums, Reddit, Twitter, the whole fucking nine. If you're on any of those social platforms, guess what? You ain't playing a fucking game. Well, Michael, I can multitask. You see, I have 4 monitors in my parents' basement. That's great. But you're still not dividing your full undivided attention to the software. And as such, the software either failed you or you're a fake gamer. So this is the climate that we live in now. It's fake gamer infestation. And they call me a fake gamer, and it's like, bitch, I put time into these games. I fucking stream these games, you know? Now, would I play these games if I didn't have a show? I'm not sure, because they're fucking trash. I mean, when GTA 6 comes out, sure. Starfield, when that comes out, sure. Okay, those are 2 games that I'm genuinely interested in. And everyone's going to say I'm a fucking Bethesda shill. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a trash game. It's a No Man's Sky 2.0. Todd Howard's not hot, Michael. Get on your knees and suck someone else's cock, Michael, because Todd Howard, he's too fucking old. And he says 1,000 planets. He's lying again, Michael. But if this were a PlayStation exclusive, you'd be up Todd Howard's ass, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd be sucking on it. Because you love it so damn much if it's PlayStation only. You know, PlayStation can do no fucking wrong. There is a bias within this industry, and it's sickening. It's disgusting. But, you know, you like what you like, I guess. If you want to play fanboy and you're 45 years old in your parents' basement, that's all you have to do. Then, you know, if that's all you got going on, then, you know, you do you. I mean, it's not a waste of time if you enjoy it, right? You know, it's what John Lennon said or something. I don't know. Every game, let me just put it to you this way. This is how we refine the industry in a way that makes sense. This is how to save gaming, make gaming great again. This is how to make gaming great again. You ensure, you say, we're done with 4K gaming, we're scaling it back. Okay? This is what needs to be. Sony needs to come out. This is crazy, okay? PlayStation needs to come out. Xbox, they need to come out and say, we're done trying to chase the 4K meme, 4K gaming meme, and we're scaling it back to 1080p. We're locking it down to 1080p resolution, 1920 by 1080. And every game is going to be at 60 frames, 1920 by 1080, 60 frames. But since they've taken away 4K gaming, okay, again, we're just hypothetically speaking here, this is what needs to happen to save gaming, in my opinion. But the beauty, the benefit of taking away the 4K gaming meme, because it's just too taxing on the hardware. The beauty of taking away the 4K gaming meme is that you lock it down to 1080, 60, and you can do so much more within that world. You have more resources, more memory to play around with, and I'm not pretending to be a game dev, but I'm assuming that that's the case. More pixels you have to push, the harder it is to do it. So you lock it down 1080, 60, and you say, we're going to put the resources that we would have put into ensuring that it was working on all of these different SKUs in 4K and 2K and 1440p and what have you, 1080p 60, and put it into AI, put it into level design, art direction, the soul of the game. You know, I mean, just so many other aspects. 4K gaming isn't needed. 2K 1440p isn't needed. We don't need 1440p. Take it all and throw it in the trash. It's junk. 1080p, 60 frames per second, that's all that's needed. 1080p, 60 frames per second. Obviously, competitive shooters or whatever, that's totally different. Like Call of Duty, you know, the gamers need, you know, the esports players, they're athletes, I suppose, now, which I don't agree with. But nonetheless, let's not get into that. But, you know, they need more than 60 frames, and I guess that's fair. But, you know, imagine what Naughty Dog could do. Let's just put it this way. Imagine what Naughty Dog could do at 1080 60 on the PlayStation 5 or even beyond. I mean, you're talking almost Avatar level graphics, because they would have much more resources to play around with as opposed to pushing out resolution and chasing that meme. It just isn't going to happen. True 4K gaming still does not exist. Prove me wrong. You can't. Oh, but Michael, I have a 4090 and you're just so fucking, oh my God, you're so fucking stupid, dude. Yeah, but that's the minority. No one in here has a 4090 outside of maybe 2 people. You know what I mean? The point is that no one's buying a 4090. Like, no one's going out today and buying a 4090. Not one single human on this planet. No one's buying a 4090, bro. Because you got to pair it up with a high-end CPU. high-end memory. It's a never-ending chase. I'm not saying PC gaming isn't where it needs to be, but it's a minority. Look at the Steam charts. You can see for yourself. No one has a 4090. That's for elite. But that's how you save gaming. You stop chasing the resolution. You stop chasing the frame rate to appease Digital Foundry. That's what's happened. Digital Foundry has had such an influence, such an impact on this industry that it has killed gaming. Because now these publishers are saying, "Oh shit! If Digital Foundry checks out our game and it's not running at true 4K, we might have people that cancel their pre-orders or some shit, or fucking say it's 1 star on Steam or something." I mean, all of this bullshit factors in now, and that's why everyone's afraid to take risks. That's why they just continue to remake slop, and that's why they control the narrative before the fucking game releases. Do not subscribe to anyone that fucking receives review codes. Don't, because it's pointless. It's all fucking bullshit. That's what it is. It's all fucking bullshit. That's what it is. It's all fucking bullshit. They control your voice, and then they say you can say what you want. But you really can't, because if you say that Dead Island 2 sucks, are they going to work with you again? Probably not. It's all bullshit. It's all baloney. So start subscribing to the reviewers that don't get review codes. I don't care if they buy the game after the fact. That's a gimmick. That's baloney. Because you're still receiving the game early, and you're still in bed with the publisher, and you're still agreeing to saying, hey, I'm going to follow the embargo. It's all bullshit. Like, there are people that cannot publish their Dead Island 2 review right now because they're saying, hey, you can't put this out until Thursday. You must follow the embargo. Imagine being... Let's just not even get into it because I'm getting worked up out here. And it's just bullshit. I've been in that realm. I've been in that world. And I never liked it. I never liked it. It felt like homework. It's like, oh shit, we got to get this review out on this deadline. We can't say things about this or that until this specific date. We can't show this mission until this specific date. It's fucking bullshit is what it is. And for these reviewers to come out and pretend like they're fucking like Roger Ebert or some shit of the video game world is bullshit. Did Roger Ebert, see his movies for free? I don't know. But even if he did, he didn't give a shit. He came out and said it was trash. All these YouTubers are playing for validation and approval, and they're pandering as much as possible to fucking boost their subscription base. It's all a fucking big game on here. And the more attractive you are, the bigger you'll be. People want to look at something that's attractive and that fits the mold of what a human being should look like. And if you're fat, well, they might like that, actually, because that's an attractiveness. They might see themselves in you, so they'll subscribe. Since no one has the eyeballs going in 40 different directions out here, they don't subscribe. They're like, whoa, that doesn't relate to me because I don't understand. I don't see what I'm seeing. So. Well, if you think the reviewers are being genuine, then you do you. I don't care. I've been in there. I've been in that realm. It's stupid. I don't want review codes. I don't want review codes. I mean, I've already gotten review codes before. It was boring. I stopped requesting them. No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding. Roger Ebert had no appreciation for the art of film. Well, what he said was right about video games. He said video games could never be art. And, it's true. How can video games be art? There's a stigma around video games. How can they be art? They're never taken seriously. They're not socially acceptable. I mean, it's getting a little bit better, but it's still not there. Oh, you play video games, you waste your time. But, I'll go watch a movie on Netflix and I'm not wasting my time. Well, it depends on what you're watching. If you're watching reruns of fucking Jerry Springer or some shit, I don't think you're fucking learning anything. You know what I mean? Now, if you're watching like the fucking History Channel or some shit about how the pyramids were built, well, then you're learning. You're educating yourself. Not that you need to know about that because we don't even know how the fucking pyramids were built. But nonetheless, there's something to, there's something to gather from, an educational program or something. Now, how many educational games exist? Very few, because they don't make money, so they don't make them. Like the Nintendo DS brain science game or some shit, whatever that crap was called. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. 4K and frame rate is banned. Banned. Just banned for being such a stupid idiot in here. It's so sad. 4K and frame rate is the most important aspect. What a stupid idiot. No wonder why this industry's in the shape that it's in. What a stupid idiot. What a stupid idiot. Dude, developers would agree. I will get developers on the show, and they will agree. I guarantee it. I'm done with the baloney in here, because you guys aren't listening. Oh, Michael, 4K frame rate resolution, that's what's king. Yeah, if you're a loser. No one wants 4K gaming. Who cares about how it looks? The Nintendo's, you're not understanding. The biggest game of this year is releasing on, how old is the hardware on the Nintendo Switch? The CPU in that thing is outdated. I mean, we're talking like Windows 98 at this point. You know what I mean? And it's going to be highly regarded as one of the best games ever made. And that just proves my point that frame rate and resolution do not fucking matter. Now, you're going to have the vocal minority bitch and complain, but they're fake gamers anyway. They're fake gamers anyway. So when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, Tears of Kingdom, on the Nintendo Switch next month, it's not going to be running at 1080p on the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch probably isn't capable of doing that resolution. No one cares. Not a single soul. The only people that care are in the vocal minority, and the only people that care are fake gamers. You have Game of the Year releasing on 2015 hardware, essentially. So tell me how specs and resolution and frame rate factor in. They don't. They don't matter. Developers will agree. They didn't update the internals for the Nintendo Switch. You're such a fake gamer. And even if they did, it's probably like a 5% increase. It doesn't make a difference. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't have a Nintendo Switch, you know? No, it doesn't have 2016 hardware. You're not understanding. Your phone is more powerful than the Nintendo Switch at this point. You're not listening. You literally have Game of the Year next month, and you guys are still telling me that frame rate and resolution matter. How is that so? When you know, Zelda, Tears of Kingdom, the biggest game of the year. Literally, look at the views on YouTube. It had 7 million views in 3 days, and I bet it's even higher now, probably 8 or 9. Let me look it up. Zelda, Tears of Kingdom. This is the biggest game of the year. Biggest game of the year. 7.6 million views in 5 days. And that's trailer 3. That is trailer number 3. That's not the debut trailer where everyone gets really hyped up and then it slowly fades. No. That is trailer fucking 3, bro. Trailer 3, 7.6 million views. And you're going to argue that frame rate and resolution matter when you have Game of the Year coming out on 2015 hardware next month? Tears of Kingdom? Fake gamers exposed in here. So sad. It really is. Now, when you talk about Cyberpunk, that was a different situation. So don't bring up Cyberpunk in here because you're wrong. You didn't play, what you're telling me is you didn't play Cyberpunk on PlayStation 4. You never cared. And you just watched the bug compilation video on YouTube and you sat there and you said, well, you know, Michael, I understand how your experience is after having played it on PS4 because I watched the bug compilation video. No. You don't understand how terrible that game was. Go buy a PS4 and play Cyberpunk on it without any updates. And you'll see the shit that I'm talking about, bro. It's unbelievably sad. We're talking big rig level of trash. And everyone still defends it like, oh yeah, well, you're just poor. Get good, Michael. Get good. Buy that PS5. Well, at the time, the PS5 was brand fucking new. You couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah, they should have delayed the game at least a fucking year. Not that that would have helped anything, because the game's still being worked on, and you guys are shilling it and consuming it. You literally bought a live service game, and you sat there and you said, shut up and take my money, CD Projekt Red. They can do no wrong. And now you're kissing them in the ass. They sold you a live service game, and you love it. But you don't want to support Battlefield. You don't want to support the new vision for Battlefield, you know? You guys can't make up your mind on what you want. And so hypocritical from these fake gamers in here. It's so sad. How many hours of Dead Island 2 do you have in? You don't have any because you're not buying the game. But you want to pretend to buy the game like, oh yeah, my mama bought this game this Friday. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not buying this game. You guys don't play video games in here. You came from 4chan. I mean, I know. You don't play video games. Dude, I've spent 24 hours with this game more than likely. Dead Island 2. Because I actually play games. And I played the slop known as Resident Evil 4 Remake, and guess what? It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But you guys thought it was amazing. Like, oh yeah, I can't see that. Well, oh, but Shinji Mikami, did you see the Shinji Mikami update on Twitter? He said that the Resident Evil 4 Remake is amazing. Yeah, I bet he did. What else is he going to say? It's trash? He didn't like it? Why would he say that? What benefits will come? Nothing. Why would he burn potential bridges? Makes no sense. Well, you got these Digital Foundry fanboys coming in here. You have these Digital Foundry fanboys coming in here. It's ridiculous.
Bald lesbian super chatted.
They're certainly not. They're certainly not.
They're not listening. Resolution has never mattered in video games. Zelda is Game of the Year in 2023 and they're mad about it. Woman breastfeeding.
Yeah, and they're complaining about the $70 price tag, yet they're going to go out and buy Dead Island 2 for $70 on PlayStation 4. Think about that, bro. You want to talk about Nintendo saying, oh yeah, holy shit, they raised the Nintendo Pros games to $70. First of all, it's first fucking party, okay? It's Nintendo. This is like the Quentin Tarantino, the Apple of gaming. And I understand that a lot of people in here like Apple. But you can't say that their products are garbage. Usually it's user error. Nonetheless, Nintendo first party, $70. It's going to be quality. You damn well know it's going to be quality. 7-point-whatever million views in just a few days on that third trailer for Zelda Kingdom of Tears. And it is going to be Game of the Year. It is going to be Game of the Year. Vin's coming through with the 450 ARS. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Resolution, frames per second, graphics, are all a matter of getting that sweet spot. Don't go over the point of diminishing returns. 4K, 240 hertz, super ultra settings, not sweet spot, just balls to the wall. Oh my God. Well, that's why this industry is in the shape that it's in. You guys want, you know, higher resolution, higher this, higher that, but you don't care about the contents of the actual content. You don't care about the I'm done. I'm done arguing it. You guys are not listening. I will defend Apple in here too, because I've never had one of their products break on me. None of them. So I'll defend it. Got Dead Island 2 digitally, and the digital price is $74.99. Exactly. And you guys are going to complain about Kingdom of Tears being $70, but you're going to go out and buy this PS4 game from 2011. Well, that's fat. Actually, it's a PS5 game from 2011. You're literally buying a PS5 game from 2011. Well, that's great. You know, if that's what you're looking for, you want kind of a, you know, old school feeling, then this might float your boat. But, you know, don't complain about Nintendo asking $70 for Kingdom of Tears. Oh, but Michael, it's just a mod for Breath of the Wild. Michael, it's just a mod. It's a Minecraft mod for Breath of the Wild. Who cares? It's Nintendo, the best in the world, so. Guys, you...
It's over!
Kyle D coming through. Holy shit, brother.
Donovanson super chatted $5. Shinji Mikami almost certainly thinks that the original RE4 is not an untouchable holy grail.
Right.
Developing it was nothing but a hard day's work over there.
So you're saying, yeah, I don't know if he's as proud of it as most people are, but I think that's what you're saying, and I think that is true. Pretty sure that's true. Kyle D coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Kyle D coming through with the 5. It's just DLC. You guys went out and bought the Dead Space remake for $70. You have no room to talk because everyone shilled it. Skill Up said it was amazing. Sphere Hunter said it was amazing. ACG said it was amazing. So you guys couldn't think for yourself. You couldn't make the decision for yourself. So you went out and you bought the Dead Space remake for $70. And now you're complaining about Nintendo delivering something new, an evolution, okay? And you're complaining about that. But you went out and you bought the Dead Space remake for $70. You're going to buy Dead Space 2, or you're going to buy Dead Island 2 here for $70. It's ridiculous. You have no room to talk if you're going to complain about Nintendo charging $70 for a Switch game. Oh, but Michael, it only runs at 1440, or whatever the fucking case may be. 800p on the Nintendo Switch at 30 frames. Literally no one cares. Literally not a single soul who owns a Nintendo Switch who is a real true gamer, they don't care about resolution and frame rate. It's the PC nerds, it's the internet addiction nerds that give a shit about that stuff and use it as a talking point. It's called social gaming. They don't play games, they talk about games. There is a difference. They say, "Oh, Michael, you're so trash at this game. Oh, Michael, you couldn't get past the tutorial. Oh, Michael, you playing on easy." But they have nothing to show forever. Nothing. You go to their channel, no content. Nothing. They don't play games. They're full of fucking shit. Because they couldn't be bothered to do that. They couldn't be bothered to actually spend time with these games. But then they start chilling them on the internet.
Clad in Shadows,
because they sit around these chat rooms all day in these fucking threads and just sit there and...
I disagree, but I appreciate your argument. Too much focus on fidelity as opposed to quality of content.
Yeah. Why AI in games has not evolved in 15 years? And that's okay? Look at the progress that AI is making outside of the video game space. Why is none of that being incorporated into these fucking systems and these engines? What are you guys doing? But instead, we're going to spend money on the marketing budget. We're going to spend money on the ray tracing effects so we can sell it to NVIDIA and all this other fucking bullshit. It's garbage, is what it is. It's turned into trash. And you know who's helped usher that in? Of course, those channels that obsess over pixels and resolution and frame rate. Because now you got 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers of fake gamers subscribing to all of that bullshit. And that's why the industry is in the shape that it's in. Hardware hasn't been the limitation since the PS2 days, but we make it the limitation because we keep pushing pixels. Stop pushing pixels. 1080p 60, that's enough. Anyone that's bitching over that is a fake gamer. It's as simple as that. Dude, you can buy a very, very good 1080p display. You can probably buy one of those displays that does like some downsampling shit. I don't know.
It's over.
You can buy a great...
Arthur Vita Super Chatted $10. Hello, Michael. Here's some money for pizza. Jack-o'-lantern.
There we go.
Life.
That's what we're talking about. Michael Myers, the shape, coming in really hard and really strong with the $10 super chat. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Arthur Vega coming through really hard and really strong. Dude, I'm a tech guy. I like nerdy shit. You know what I mean? So I understand the appeal, but I think a lot of people need to take a seat and understand that this industry isn't going to get any better because we're chasing resolution and frame rate. When you got these fake gamers online complaining about Redfall at 30 frames, you already know it is over because they're fake gamers. They're not going to play Redfall to begin with. They're bitching about it for no fucking reason.
Lesbian Super Chatted $4.99. People saying Nintendo first-party games like Zelda shouldn't be expensive also think a Lamborghini should be affordable. Woman breastfeeding.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Begets high
It doesn't make
prices.
sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make... with a Nintendo first-party title, it's not going to be... Well, I'm not even going to discuss it because they're not listening in here. They're not listening in here. Bald Lesbian coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, I appreciate that. And Arthur Vega coming through. At this point, I probably agree too.
Donovan's super chatted $5. I would rather have computers and AI make games themselves than the San Franciscan hive mind. Looking forward to the inevitable Silicon Valley crash.
Yeah, I mean, being in that bubble, I couldn't imagine. You have to think like everyone else. I mean, I can't imagine what it's like working in Silicon Valley, bro. That would be... You better not share political views if they're especially outside of that boundary. I mean, holy fuck, bro. You know what I mean? It's just... It's crazy, you know? Kyle D coming through yet again. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Kyle D, bald lesbian, Arthur Vega. 30 frames has become the new standard for Series X. Who cares about it? If Starfield comes out and it's as good as Oblivion, or it's as good as Morrowind, or it's as good as Daggerfall, who fucking cares about the resolution? Did you complain about The Last of Us? One of the best games ever, according to the shills on the internet. Did you complain about The Last of Us on PS3? No, you didn't. Oh, Michael, that was back in 2013. Who cares? You didn't complain about it then. Why does it matter now? Because, Michael, we have a new 4K OLED and we want to make sure... It's like, yes, we understand. But you're sacrificing so much when you push pixels and resolution and frame rate. Dude, if I knew an engineer, if I knew a game developer, an actual fucking programmer, I'd call them right now. And they would probably confirm, yeah, you know, pushing more pixels is going to take up more resources. Duh. That's why some of these TVs have to have like fucking massive processors in them. Even the TVs today, the smart TVs. I've never seen a smart television in my life. I mean, well, that's not true, but you know, I'm talking about a super high-end smart television that costs like $2K. You know what I mean? To do all of what that's doing, it's got to have some power in it, and you know, it's just more taxing on the hardware. So you know, we need to get out of the 4K gaming meme. That's what needs to happen. If you guys want to save gaming, you know, the 4K gaming meme has to go until we get to the point in computer science where we can push this stuff effortlessly without frame generation and RTX this and you know, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. So maybe in the next 10 years or so we'll get to that point. But right now, 4K gaming shouldn't even be a selling point. It should just be automatically on. And it's still this big selling point, and it's been that way for since 2018, and maybe a little bit before that. So for nearly a decade now, 4K gaming has been a big meme. You know, I remember when they came out with Xbox One X, and they were like, hey, we have true 4K gaming in our box. And it's like, well, who fucking cares? Like, is it improving the software? Is it improving the artificial intelligence in the game? Is it improving the sound design? Is it improving this, that, and the third? And just because, you know, I mean, I'd love to talk to an audio engineer in here just to see their opinion on this fucking shit, because it's all garbage. It's all gimmicks. Oh, you have 3D audio in your game. Who cares when it's so fucking soulless? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can hear where the enemy's coming from behind you. Well, that's neat, but if there's not craftsmanship in the fucking audio design, then it ain't gonna work. So I'd rather have not the 3D headspace, but just regular, because stereo. Because you know what? It's soulless. You know, all this shit's gimmicks. What happened to the core essence of developing a game just with, you know, and not chasing after this bullshit? Live service, roadmap, all of this slop. It's so sad. 30 FPS is for a cinematic experience. Okay, but are you going to complain when Starfield launches at 30? Because it might very well do that. Who cares? If it's locked at 30 and it doesn't dip, that's fantastic. I'll take 30. You PC gamers need to wake up. You guys don't play video games. You have hundreds of games in your Steam library and you don't click on any of them. I play more games in my Steam library and I don't have half as many games as you guys do. But I guarantee I have more hours in half of these games than you guys could dream of. Because you don't play games. You're too busy on these fucking Reset Era, NeoGAF, Reddit, Twitter, Steam forums, GameFAQs, all day. Now you tell me how you're playing video. How you're playing video games when you're busy communicating with a bunch of other fake gamers. That makes no sense to me. It's not about multitasking, because that's fake. If your hands are on the controller, you cannot put your hand on the mouse as well, or the keyboard. You just can't do it. It's very hard. So. Okay, let's just say 720p 30 frames is the standard. Guess what, bro? Guess what? Could you imagine the graphic fidelity? It would probably be on the Avatar level. I mean, you look at a movie like Casper from 1995, and I don't even know if we're on that graphic fidelity yet. I'm not even joking. Watch Casper from 1995. We're talking 1995, bro. And have we hit that marker? No, we haven't. I don't agree. I don't think we have. All right, let's ban this guy here. It's sad. Well, and that's why they came out with Xbox One X to say we have true 4K gaming. And maybe they did, but it's on like older titles and shit. Like no one cares. You know, I don't understand the gimmick. It's like, yes, the image is going to be sharper. Who cares? How much sharper do you need? It loses the soul. That's why emulating PS2 games doesn't really make much sense, because it's like, wow, you don't remember the game as when you once played it. You know, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It makes it look worse because you're blowing it up and you're putting it in a resolution that it was never meant to be in. Get a CRTV, and plug your PS2 into it, and it's going to look sharp. There you go. I hope Starfield does 30 frames for the second deep gameplay with advanced mechanics and stuff. Exactly. You know, I mean, good. I hope they do 30 frames, because if they push it to 60, there's going to be more problems with the game's performance and what have you. And then they're going to have to probably start scaling shit back. I mean, I'm not a game dev, but again, you push pixels and it's stressing the GPU, it's stressing the graphics, it's stressing the CPU. I mean, that's just computer science. Exactly. They're prioritizing resolution and frame rates over content and gameplay mechanics. It is sad. And people are defending it in here like, well, Michael, I disagree. And it's like, what are you guys talking about? You're telling me you just want to do one simple thing in a game and have it look like, photorealism and all this shit? But I don't get it. Gamers want less content. That's essentially what they're saying. Gamers want less content. It's ridiculous. Red Dead Redemption 2 has native 4K on One X. What about Series X? Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox One? Okay, what about Series X? I mean, I would assume that would carry over. Where's innovation in gaming? It doesn't... Dude, you can... I mean, look at the AI system in Fear or Condemned Criminal Origins. That was ahead of its time. And I would argue we still haven't really gotten to that level as a standard in gaming. You have to make live services now, because the attention span is so small these days that everyone's clamoring for the next dopamine hit. So you have to live service every game, even if it's a single player game. The fact that EA didn't do that with the Dead Space remake is astonishing to me, because you look at the Callisto Protocol, the publisher had enough sense to say, okay, we're going to either extract the content that was already on the base game, which they probably didn't, but even if they did, who cares? Because now they have more content to come. You have the Callisto Protocol DLC coming this summer, so it's a way to extend the shelf life of the game, and it's a very, very smart move, because the Dead Space remake is dead. No one's going back to that. No one's going to buy it. There's no fucking marketing. It's dead. It's over, and it underperformed. Last I heard, the Dead Space remake underperformed. So why didn't they usher in it? The live service roadmap thing. That's what they should have done. Now maybe they're secretly working on something. Who knows? But right now, it's as dead as a doornail. And look at the Resident Evil 4 remake. That's why they didn't have Mercenaries day one, so they can say, hey, 2 weeks later, hey, remember that Resident Evil 4 remake? Well, buy it right now. And it works. It's another way to advertise the game, essentially, is you just take the modes out, and then you advertise them later. And you push it out as free. And everyone's happy. Oh yeah, let's update our game. But the mode should have been there to begin with. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but the PS2 era, the internet was not like it is today. YouTube didn't exist. You couldn't just go watch gameplay walkthroughs. It just didn't exist. It's nothing like it is today. The times have changed. So, yeah, you missed the PS2 era, but it's like, the games felt bigger. You didn't move on to the next game that often. You weren't looking for the next dopamine hit. And, you played the games over and over and over again. It was totally different. I mean, I remember playing Tony Hawk's Underground online. That was revolutionary, dude. You could plug a keyboard up to the PS2 and actually fucking communicate with people. There was a live chat room in the game session, dude. It was amazing, bro. That's like, I stopped playing online after PS2. And, a little bit of 360, early 360, but after that, I just stopped playing online gaming. I can't imagine playing online gaming. It's just, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I mean, there's exceptions, but the fact that people live their lives in these GTA role-playing servers is honestly just, I mean, I can't. I mean, there are people that take that shit so seriously, where they go into these GTA roleplay servers, and they're wasting their life in a virtual world, and it's like, holy fuck, what are we doing? And there's not a goddamn way that when Rockstar made that game, in 2011, 2012, before it released in 2013, that they ever thought it was going to get to that level where people are just spending their entire life. Obviously they had the foundation there. In GTA Online, you could live your life in Los Santos and get your own apartment, and so they had that basic principle there. But the fact that they've taken it to this next level where people just spend their entire existence in a GTA roleplay server, that is the most sad thing I've ever seen. It's the new World of Warcraft. It's the new World of Warcraft. It's like that South Park meme with that fat ass guy over the computer, and I mean, it's just crazy, dude. Red Dead Redemption 2 was a masterpiece. Let me just say this, there's a lot of fake Red Dead Redemption 2 fans that exist. There's a lot of fake Red Dead Redemption 2 fans that exist, and I see them all the time. Oh, Rockstar neglected this title. They never updated it to next-gen hardware. Does it need an update? No. It doesn't need an update. It doesn't need an update. It's that damn good. Dude, I played Red Dead Redemption without the patch. That game doesn't run at 60 frames. Here's the thing, Red Dead Redemption 2 does not run at 60 frames unless you're on PC. Unless the Series X version ups it. But the PS5 certainly doesn't. So when you stick Red Dead Redemption 2 into the PS5, it doesn't do anything. I guess you played the PS4 Pro version, which is not at 60. So, and that's, regarded as one of the best games of all time. The problem with Red Dead Redemption 2 is that it's very repetitive. When the game got to John Marston during the epilogue and you play Farmer, I thought, wow, Rockstar did something special here. Because the last 15 hours of the game was the same mission over and over and over again about like, oh yeah, we got woke. Because Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a woke video game. Sorry, it is. I'm not going to explain it, but it is. Okay? And with that said, well, it doesn't fit the time period. I'll just put it that way. Arthur Morgan has dialogue like he's a 2020 Twitter user. It doesn't make sense. Like the whole game does not make sense. It's from a gameplay perspective, from a detail perspective, they didn't bring anything new to the table with Red Dead Redemption 2. I made these videos in 2018. It's not a new talking point here. Before we started ever streaming, I made these points a long time ago. And, they didn't bring let me just put it to you this way. Let's put aside the woke themes because I already know that's going to trigger people. I don't care. Look, at the end of the day, I think we can come to the agreement that Red Dead Redemption 2 brought nothing new to the table. Yes or no? Name one thing Red Dead Redemption 2 brought new to the table. Oh, wait. Name one thing. One thing that Red Dead Redemption 2 brought new to the table. Name one thing. Red Dead Redemption 2. What did it bring new to the table? Nothing. Nothing. I'm not saying it's a bad game because it didn't bring anything new to the table, but it didn't bring anything new to the table. It's literally a remake of the first game, bro, where the main protagonist dies at the end and everyone's sad. It's a remake of Red Dead Redemption 1, and Red Dead Redemption 1 is a better game. It is a better game. Nate, let me just ask you this. Let me just ask you, this isn't, you're not listening. That's clearly what's happening in here. I don't care. If you find it funny, if you think I'm a clown, that's fucking fantastic. Come over here and milk it. Look, at the end of the day, what I can tell you right here and right now, I can't remember, and I'm going to be dead ass with you. I can't remember one side mission in Red Dead Redemption 2. Not one side mission in Red Dead Redemption 2, bro. Well, that's not true. Never mind. But it's garbage. The whole game's trash. Rockstar went woke long ago. That frat boy culture, that was out the door 15 years ago. So, Rockstar went woke a long time ago. It's just, now you guys want to complain about GTA 6 being woke, and it's like, well, Red Dead Redemption 2's woke. Even parts of GTA 5 is definitely woke as well. GTA 4 is woke as well. It's not a joke, dude. Like, if you just listen to the dialogue, it's like, no one says this in real life. But I will tell you, everything about Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than Red Dead Redemption 2. The online was better because the game was translated well to the online environment because it already had that arcade aspect. When you look at Red Dead Redemption 2, it wants to be this slow burn, mature fucking thing where it takes 15 minutes to get on the fucking horse. Well, some people like that, and it does add to the elements of the game. But with that said, it does not translate that well to the online environment. That's why Red Dead Redemption 2 Online failed. It wasn't because the gold bars weren't, adjusted accordingly or what have you. It was because, first of all, no one's playing this because it's not good. That's why it died. And that's why Rockstar pulled developers off of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, because they need to focus on something much fucking bigger and much more that is actually going to reshape the gaming industry. Let me just tell you this. If GTA 6 doesn't click for world-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life, if GTA 6 doesn't redefine this medium, I will quit gaming. I will sell every one of my consoles, all of my games. I will quit gaming if GTA 6 does not deliver, because I'm done at that point. And one of the big tests is going to be this year. Starfield. Starfield is one of those games. If Starfield doesn't deliver, guess what? I'm going to be disappointed. But the last game that I give two shits about is GTA 6. And you guys couldn't tell me one thing that Red Dead Redemption 2 brought new to the table. Because it didn't. So I'm right. Orphis says he likes the NPC interaction system. Okay, that's a great point. They already had that in Bully. Orphis says he likes the NPC interaction system in Red Dead Redemption 2. I do as well. However, it was already in a previous Rockstar title, Bully, from 2006 on PlayStation 2. They already had the Red Dead Redemption 2 dialogue system in a PS2 game in 2006. And all of these journalists came out of the woodwork and said, oh my God, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fucking masterpiece, Michael. It's ridiculous. How is it a masterpiece? How did it bring anything new to the table when they've already done it? They've already did it in 2006 on inferior hardware. Charlie Mad coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. GTA 4 was never woke, Michael. Prove me wrong. Well, maybe I was thinking of a different game. But I can certainly tell you that Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. Okay, it has woke themes. You can disagree, okay? And you will disagree. I don't care. It is so insane to me that you guys can't see what is right in front of you. Red Dead Redemption 2 has woke themes, yes or no? You know what? Let's do a poll. And I need honest answers. It doesn't mean the game is bad. It's just the reality of it. Is Red Dead 2... Hold on. Does Red Dead 2 have woke themes. Does Red Dead 2 have woke themes? And I'm laughing because it's just sad. It's sad how people don't want to wake up and, understand that it is a very woke game. And they're agreeing because it is a woke game. Now, does it mean it's bad? That's a whole different conversation. But to look at the writing of Red Dead Redemption 2 and insinuate that it's not woke, I don't know what game you guys played, but it wasn't what I played. Like, when you have a game set in 1848 or whatever the fuck, 1889, whenever the game takes place, and you have dialogue from 2018 in that game, it doesn't work. It feels like a movie set. It's like, oh, these are these actors, and, they're reading lines from the script, and, it's all bullshit. It doesn't work. The authenticity is not there. It's woke. No, I mean, look, we could explain woke in here, but I'd rather not get into it. So we're just going to leave it at that. We're just going to leave it at that. And I've already told you, I said, look, the dialogue in Red Dead Redemption 2 is not fantastic. It's not accurate. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I can go to a historian right now and ask, does Arthur Morgan have realistic dialogue? And the answer is going to be no. The answer is going to be no. No one talked like that back in the day. Oh, but Michael, it's not supposed to be fucking ultra realistic, it's a video game after all. The last game that Rockstar put effort into was GTA 4. That was it. That was the last. Something happened in that studio. And it wasn't something happened. I don't know what happened. GTA 4 was the last game that they made. That was actually groundbreaking. Even Red Dead Redemption 1. They downgraded so much in Red Dead Redemption 1. Coming from GTA 4 to Red Dead Redemption 1, things were downgraded heavily. The physics system, for example, was downgraded. The Euphoria Natural Engine, whatever the fuck it's called. That shit was heavily downgraded. I mean, I could go on and on and on. GTA 4 was the last big Rockstar title. After that, something shifted in the studio, and they just went down a weird direction. I'm not saying they still don't have it in them. And, they still have a keen eye for detail, and they still give you your money's worth. But to sit around and pretend like these games are perfect masterpieces, when Red Dead Redemption 2 ultimately brought nothing new to the table, and again, how many side quests in Red Dead Redemption 2 do you remember? I can't remember that many. Now, you look at Red Dead Redemption 1, and you have so many memorable side quests. It's not nostalgia talking, bro. You remember that old guy in the farm? And he's like, I'm looking for flowers for my wife, and I can't get out, she's... all this shit. And then you come back, and there's a big twist. She's dead, It's like, holy fuck. This is crazy. They lost that edge a long time ago. They lost the edge a long time ago. Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. Stop saying it's not, because you are wrong. I don't care. You can disagree. You can go on 4chan right now and say, I think it's not woke. I don't care. It is woke. Stop pretending like it's not.
Lucas super chatted $5. Oh, but Michael, men
yeah,
holding
I'm tired of that
hands,
excuse.
Men
Oh, but
holding
Michael.
hands. Men
It's
holding
ridiculous.
hands. Men holding hands.
Yeah, the suit man in Red Dead Redemption 1, he was like the devil. You know what I mean? But they just remade the game. Like, Arthur Morgan did not exist. They just basically remade the game. They had no story to tell. So they just come up with this all-new character in Dutch's gang. Okay, you can't tell me that when they were writing Red Dead Redemption 1 that they had an idea to do the prequel. There's not a goddamn way, bro. There's not a goddamn way that they... No, there's no way. Because Arthur Morgan didn't exist. There's no Arthur Morgan. There's no Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 1. Now, if they planted the seed for Arthur Morgan to exist in the inevitable prequel, then that would have been a little bit more like, okay, Rockstar's the best in the fuck, and they still are, don't get me wrong. But let's not pretend like Red Dead Redemption 2 is this masterpiece when it's essentially a remake of the first game. They told the same story. They literally just told the same story. And then they make you feel bad about the main character because he gets tuberculosis. Why would I feel bad about fucking Arthur Morgan? He's an outlaw. He's a fucking, why would you feel bad for that character? He's a mass murderer. Like, the whole game makes zero sense. Like, when you really look at it, it makes zero sense. The whole game makes zero sense. Literally, the whole game makes no sense. It's ridiculous. Well, I'm ending the poll. The people have spoken, and the people have said that Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. You guys don't want to talk about Dead Island 2, so I guess we'll just start talking about this. Because you guys are fanboys and you didn't even play the game. Were you there day one? Rockstar don't even do single-player DLC anymore? What are you talking about? They just did It's not single... Yeah, they've already continued the GTA 5 storyline. They brought back Franklin, and they're older now. I don't know if you've... Like a couple of years ago, they just put that out. Dr. Dre's in it. They literally continued the main storyline in GTA Online. It's a free update. I don't know how you play the mission because you have to spend so much time in GTA Online that you just have to basically say, I don't have a life anymore, and now I'm going to grind in these missions and live this virtual life. It's sad. It really is sad. It really is sad. Red Dead Redemption 2 Nightmare, very sad. I never thought that was good. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't. Incredible DLC. The length of the DLC for $20. I bought it for $20 because that's how much it was. It was $20 on Dead Nightmare. And there was a lot of content there, a lot of great content. But the whole zombies running at you thing, I never really liked that. The zombies were just too weird for me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They continued, you're not listening. They continued the single player narrative. Who cares if it's online? Are you not connected right now? You're on the World Wide Web right now. What you mean, homie? Shit. What difference does it make? You don't have to play it online. You can play it solo. What are you talking about? Now, here's where I will defend Rockstar. Because they've been putting out free DLC since 2013. For over a decade, they've been delivering free content. Oh, but they're so terrible. They don't put out single player. They've neglected the single player. They don't care. What are you talking about? You make no sense. GTA 4 was the last. In GTA, just think about this. In GTA 4, there was all new dialogue after you fail a mission. Now name one other game that does that. Doesn't exist. Even in 2023. Doesn't exist. Name one other game that does that. It doesn't exist, bro. You can't play it solo? Well, I wouldn't know. I don't play GTA Online. I highly doubt that. I'm pretty sure you can play it solo. Dude, you're literally with Franklin and Lamar. What are you talking about? You guys are not listening. No, the online mode for GTA 4 was amazing because it didn't take itself that seriously. It wasn't trying to build this life simulator in a virtual world. Now, obviously, it was a massive success. It's $1 billion fucking, thing now. But you look at the GTA Online, and the foundation for that. And it's the objective for GTA 4 Online is fun. That's all it is. It's like game modes, free roam, do whatever. There's no stupid shit involved with it. There's no stupid shit involved with GTA 4 Online. That was when the soul of Rockstar died. Something happened after GTA 4, and it didn't go, in my opinion, just didn't go the right direction. GTA 4 was the last game that they put out and actually tried to technically push the medium forward and also do this in just such a above average way in telling stories and evolving that. You go from San Andreas to GTA 4, it's like a fucking night and day difference. It's like, holy fuck, we've evolved so... I mean, even to this day, GTA 4, the physics system is on a whole other level. The fact that they have different dialogue when you fail a mission, every single mission has all new dialogue. Do you understand? I don't think you guys get it. It's not just a few different lines. They've rewritten the whole mission. Fail a mission and listen to the dialogue. It is all different, bro. They went to that level. They went to that level. And again, you know, they had to work around the limitations of the Xbox 360 disc. There's only so much data you can put on that disc. It's not a Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Now, the PS3 had Blu-ray, but still back in the PS3 and 360 era, you had way more limitations to work around. And the fact that they were pulling all of that off proves that hardware does not matter. It's never been a factor since the PS2 days. What was the PS2 engine? The chip inside the PS2. I remember they hyping it up. PS2 CPU, what was it called? The Emote engine or something? I don't know what it was called. PS2 engine inside PS2. PS2 architecture. Yeah, the Emotion engine. I was right. Holy shit. The Emotion engine. That's all you needed. That's all you needed. If you couldn't make a game, I mean, you know what we should do? We should start a reality television show where we get these modern day developers and well, no, not modern day developers, but you get these veteran developers that have quit the industry and they come back and they say, we're gonna develop a game on like a PS2 or some shit. And to see where they can take it, you know? I don't know if that makes any fucking sense, but I think that'd be interesting. It's like, okay. GTA 4 has best physics and somehow can't do it ever again since that was a 2008 game. That's what I'm saying. But you have people that say, oh, the physics were trash in GTA 4, and it's like, well, get good, you know? I'll just throw out that skill issue and say, well, it was a skill issue. You couldn't, oh, Michael, the driving in GTA 4 felt like it was driving a boat. Well, that's how it works in real life. And they ruined it. GTA 5 was a massive disappointment. And I can't play GTA 5 today because there's no detail in it. I mean, compared to Red Dead Redemption 2, where you can... So that's why when we look at GTA 6, it is going to be the next big game. And if they fail on that, I'm done. I'm out. I will literally pack it up and say I'm done. I can't keep waiting and waiting and waiting for something worthwhile to play. I can't keep waiting for something worthwhile to play. What has happened to this damn industry? You guys want to play these disposable titles that you play for 1 week and then never touch again. You just spent $70 on that. You know what I mean? You could just go watch a movie for like 15. Like, if you're never coming back to these games, and, you know, maybe you don't have a reason to come back to these games because Dead Island 2 doesn't really give you that much of a reason to come back to it. In my opinion, unless you just, like, you know, plow through it and then you have a bunch of missions left over, but there's no extra game modes. There's probably, you know, content coming in the season pass later down the road, but that's the season pass. That's later down the road. So when these games are so disposable, that's why they need to be on Game Pass. Xbox needs to buy every developer in the gaming scene and put every game on Game Pass, because right now it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. All of these games need to be on Game Pass because they're disposable titles. They're disposable titles. It's over. Yeah, YouTube did destroy gaming as well. You know how many people have Dead Island 2 content ready to go and press upload? Too many people. You can look at every cutscene, you can look at every death animation, everything. It's sad.
$10. Rockstar devs are technical wizards. But I fear that GTA 6 will have more woke themes and censorship.
It will.
It's a shame because the older GTA games had such great satirical value in their worlds. so fun.
Well, fun's not allowed anymore. You can't have fun anymore. You can't push the envelope forward. You can't really do much anymore. So, they have to work within those boundaries. And it will be more of what you said. It will. Absolutely. But I think on the technical side, that's where it's going to get really interesting. Because we're talking Red Dead Redemption 2 meets GTA. And we've never seen that before. We've never seen that sort of meat-on-the-bone style of gameplay meet GTA. It just hasn't happened. So, you're going to be able to talk to every NPC in GTA 6. And it's going to be even better than Red Dead Redemption 2. And again, you can look at the leaked footage and see what they were toying around with in that alpha footage. That's alpha footage, bro. That's alpha footage. Imagine where the game's at right now. Now, maybe my expectations are a little too high, but I'm expecting NPCs to have a daily routine where they go to their workplace, they come home. I'm expecting that level in GTA 6, and if it doesn't deliver, it might be disappointing to me because at some point you're going to have to take it to that level. It's clearly what they've wanted to do for years. I want to see the NPCs get the lawnmower out and mow the grass. I want to see a grass growing mechanic in GTA 6. Okay, if it rains in Vice City, the grass eventually grows. So the NPCs have to come out of their house and they have to, start the lawnmower up. I mean, that's shit that I want to see. And you say, well, that doesn't matter. Well, then why do they have the horse testicles shrink in Red Dead Redemption 2? You say, oh, Mako, you're such a fucking crazy person. That ain't ever going to be in the game. But you want to watch the horse testicles shrink in cold weather. Now, why was that needed? Because that's the Rockstar depth level of detail. How am I dreaming? No, we are at that level. You're not on the Rockstar level. The day I found out, I went on Twitter one day, and the day that I found out someone at Rockstar North blocked me on Twitter, it kind of crushed me inside. It really, I'm not even joking. It's an actual developer. I'm not talking about Rockstar. I'm talking like an actual developer at Rockstar North. They blocked me on Twitter. And I said, I'm done. Now I'm going to have to come out and say Red Dead Redemption 2 is woke. Because it is. I can't hide behind that curtain anymore because you know what? It's woke. So, sad. Guys, if you don't have faith in Rockstar, then why are we playing games anymore? Who's on the level? Who's on that level? All I said was Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't detailed in 2018, and I guess someone got offended by that. And they're like, oh, fuck you, we spent 8 months. It's like, bro, the guy hammers in a nail and it disappears. That shit ain't detailed. Dude, they literally fake build a house in Red Dead Redemption 2. I see this shit on TikTok, and it's like, oh, yeah, they're building the railroad in Red Dead Redemption 2. But what they don't tell you is that they're not actually building the railroad. It's a fucking fallacy, because there's no actual progression in Red Dead Redemption 2 with those scenes. It's tethered to the gameplay progression of the story. It's trash. So it's all fake. It's all fake. They don't build the railroad in Red Dead Redemption 2 or cut down the forest. It's a bunch of baloney, bro. It's not a real life simulation within the game world. It's fake. And I said, wow, this sucks. And everyone's like, you're just fucking dumb. You got them expectations too high. No, I don't. We have the technology. Rockstar has the money. They have the talent. What are we doing? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. They're not building the house in Valentine. They're not building the house in Valentine because they're not. You can sit there and wait and it won't be built ever because it's fake. They're not actually building things. It's like the Truman Show when you play that game. You don't feel like you're connected within that world. The immersion is out the door. And that's what I said about Red Dead Redemption 2. And people are like, oh, you're just fucking nitpicking. Jesus Christ, you think that Rockstar can actually do something like that? Well, hell, you're going to have to wait 50 years before a game like that comes out. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Roller Coaster Tycoon was coded by one fucking guy in assembly, bro. One dude made Roller Coaster Tycoon, one of the most iconic fucking PC games, in assembly. Don't sit there and tell me that we can't have great quality fucking software. You get too many cooks in the kitchen and it gets political. That's the problem with gaming. Too many creatives clashing and too many different perspectives on who voted for Biden and who voted for fucking Trump. That's the problem. It's a people problem is what it is. The smaller dev studios know what they're talking about because they don't have that problem. It's not a yes men society in that culture. It's ridiculous. There's no game as detailed as Red Dead Redemption 2. Where's the detail, bro? Where's the detail in Red Dead Redemption 2? You know, I'll wait. Name one detailed thing in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I'll debunk it right now. Name one thing in Red Dead Redemption 2 that's detailed, and I'll debunk it right now. I know Rockstar, and I know what they're capable of. And Red Dead Redemption 2 was a bunch of garbage. It's a movie game. It's a movie game. And, you know, it's funny because you guys love those movie games, but then you say Sony makes trash movie games, and it's like, well, what the fuck is Red Dead Redemption 2? You go five feet outside of the mission zone, and its mission failed. Trash. It's trash. Name one Red Dead Redemption 2 detail. I'll wait. Come on. Name one detail in Red Dead Redemption 2. Come on. That's what I thought, fake gamers. Skyrim is more detailed than Red Dead Redemption 2, bro. Oblivion is more detailed than Red Dead Redemption 2. You can't name one thing. You can't name one thing in Red Dead Redemption 2. Fishing. You can fish in the Sega on a Sega Dreamcast. They have a fishing game on a Sega Dreamcast. The grass? What are you talking? Animal carcasses decay over time? That's baloney. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. The dead bodies rot away? Nope. That's a fallacy. Prove it. Show me the video.
It's over!
Nervous Energy super chatted $20.
Well, it's just the reality of it, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Nervous Energy is coming through really hard and really strong. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Nervous Energy coming through really hard and really strong. How is Red Dead Redemption 2 detailed? Oh, the bodies decompose? Not if you, your hair grows in the game. Okay. How is that detail? That's just the normal feature. What are you talking about? Your hair grows in the game? Okay. But it stops growing. It's not detailed because it stops growing. In real life, your hair doesn't stop growing. It stops growing in the game, so it's not detailed. See, these are the things that they half-ass. The grass textures. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. It looks like a PS4 game. I don't know what you're playing it on. Okay, but why don't NPCs actually live their lives in the game then? Why don't NPCs actually, if the game is so detailed, then why do the NPCs just stand around for 15 hours in game? They don't have a home. There's NPCs that literally do not have a destination. Watch Dogs Legion is more detailed than Red Dead Redemption 2. You want to start spitting facts in here? Because I'll start a new show and I'll start spitting fucking facts. And I'm going to tell you what, this industry is a bunch of fucking baloney. When you have games that have already eclipsed Red Dead Redemption 2, you have games that have already eclipsed Red Dead Redemption 2, but you aren't ready for that discussion yet. You aren't ready for that discussion yet. Ubisoft has already eclipsed it. Because every NPC in Watch Dogs Legion has a life. They have a destination. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you can find a farmer that has nowhere to go. They're literally homeless, yet they're right at their fucking home, but they can't go in it because there's no interior, and everyone's like, oh my God, why can't you go into every building in Red Dead Redemption 2? And I'm not talking about Saint Denis, I'm talking about Valentine. I'm talking about all of these other areas in the game. You can't go into half of the fucking buildings. Where's the detail, Rockstar? Oh, it's nowhere to be found because we wanted to go woke and we wanted to tell a story about Arthur Morgan, who's a fucking pussy. Why would I care about Arthur Morgan? Why would I care about Arthur Morgan? Who cares about Arthur Morgan? Are we closet gay? It's like you guys are sexual to Arthur Morgan. You want to have sex with Arthur Morgan? Is that the appeal? I mean, I don't get it. He's a mass murderer, Arthur Morgan, and you connect with someone like that? You connect with someone who has political beliefs from 2018? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What a great game, Rockstar. You know, so fucking fantastic. You know what I mean? I mean, geez, you might as well go buy God of War Ragnarok at this point because holy shit, we're going down the woke territory. You know what? I guarantee that the devs who made God of War Ragnarok, if you told them that you voted Trump and you bought their game, they wouldn't want you playing their game. You damn well know that's the truth. You damn well know that's the truth. You damn well know that's the truth, and it's so sad. I'm just speaking facts out here today, and people don't want to hear it, you know, because it's not what's, you know, Skill Up told you. It's not what Young Yan told you. So you guys don't want to hear it. You guys don't want to hear it. You guys don't want to hear it. Well, that is why they connect with Arthur Morgan. That's why they connect with Arthur Morgan. You know, he goes on these crazy sprees, and everyone's like, oh, Arthur Morgan's got tuberculosis. What are we going to do? We're going to cry. Oh, my God. It's so sad. They've already told that story. Arthur Morgan did not exist in Red Dead Redemption 1. Go play the old game. Is there any mention of Arthur Morgan in the Dutch Vanderlyn gang? No, because he doesn't fucking exist. So they had to shoehorn some stupid-ass prequel in there. We're like, oh, yeah, Dutch, it went south in Blackwater. Let's go to the new camp, Arthur. And then you play that over and over and over again, and the whole mission design is the same thing. I mean, the game isn't good. I convinced myself that I loved Red Dead Redemption 2. When I sat there and I played it in 2018, I had to convince myself that this game was good. And it got to the point where I did. I had to convince myself that Red Dead Redemption 2 was a masterpiece, but I knew deep down that this game wasn't clicking for world-class veteran video game critic Michael's life. And I sat there and I said, well, I have to like it. It's Rockstar. You know, they are the best in the world at what they do, and they tell great stories. But this isn't a great story because they've already told this story. And this game doesn't bring anything new to the table because the conversation system found in Red Dead Redemption 2 was in Bully from 2006 on PS2 hardware. So you tell me why this game is so fucking highly rated. Takes 15 minutes to get on a fucking horse. Oh, it's like a movie. It's like a movie. That's why you like it. It's like a movie. Yeah, it's so damn great, isn't it? No, it's not. It's ridiculous. They got too ambitious with Red Dead Redemption 2, and they said, we have to ship, so fuck it. And everyone's like, it's a masterpiece. And, you know, when you look at GTA 6, it's like they've had 10 years to figure something out here. So if they drop the ball with GTA 6, I'm done with gaming. I'm selling all the consoles, all the games. I'm out. I'm done. I'm not waiting because I'm done waiting. I'm tired of letting this industry churn out slop on a daily basis. Not on a daily basis, but on a fucking bi-monthly basis. You guys love to consume. And that's okay. No one's saying that there's anything wrong with that. You are consumers. You're not gamers. You're consumers. You love consuming. You love getting that wallet out and consuming and paying the multi-million-dollar corporations for slop that they churn out. It's ridiculous. But you don't want to support the indie development team. No, you don't want to support them because they don't have that AAA marketing budget. And you can't support that because you're like, oh yeah, I didn't see that commercial on this website that I visit. You know, I didn't see Shill Up talking about it, so it must be a terrible game. And that's why this industry is in the shape that it's in. And I'm not saying indie games are actually even fucking good. Most of them are trash. That's the harsh reality of it. That's the harsh reality of it. Everyone can make a game these days. Doesn't mean it's going to be fucking good. Just because everyone now has access and the tools are more friendly. But, you know, for the games that do stand out, you don't support them. And that's why the indie developers say, well, we can't make what we want to make because you don't support it. So you want to support Dead Space Remake for $70, and that game's woke as well.
Midnight Shepherd Super
And I forgot to
chatted
check the bathrooms here in Dead Island 2. It might be woke.
Playing San Andreas now. It has lost Santu,
Yeah, all of it.
San
Look
Fierro,
at
Las Venturas, Area 51. Multiple countrysides dotted by able homes. Leagues of GTA 5
And you know what?
just lost sand.
I'll take it back and I'll say, you know what? I think the last great is San Andreas. I think after San Andreas, obviously GTA 4 was the last kind of like, okay. But you look at San Andreas and you compare it to GTA 4, and there's already downgraded features in that game. Look at San Andreas was the culmination of all of those games coming together. It was the culmination of all of those elements coming together. It was the culmination of all of those elements coming together. The big map, you know? It was fantastic. Great soundtrack, too. What happened to the soundtrack in these GTA games? I mean, it's like they don't have the money to license this shit. It's ridiculous. Where are the classic, iconic tunes? I mean, I don't understand what's happened to this damn industry. It is ridiculous. But you go on V, and they love to shill every game known to mankind. I can't go on V anymore, man. They shill and shill and shill and shill. It has become a propaganda board for these multi-million-dollar corporations under the guise of fucking like, oh yeah, let's shitpost. But you know what? Secretly, we're actually fucking shilling this shit. You know, it's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
It's over.
I can't go on V anymore because it's so fucking disgusting.
Switch and Bash super chatted
With garbage.
$4.99. When you have people calling, are they still calling you on Skype?
Well, we have a number, but we're not doing calls right now. We have a number, so you can call from a telephone. You don't need the software anymore. There's nothing else to play. Who cares, bro? So because there's not that's the selling point for you is they just put out a game and because there's nothing else to play you consume? I mean that's unhealthy. You can't have patience to wait for an actual good game? The only game that I have potential for is Starfield. And even if it sucks, guess what? The beauty of Starfield is it's on Game Pass day one. Call me a shill, call me whatever. But you know what? At the end of the day, Starfield is on Game Pass day one, bro. Who cares? There's not a $60, $70 price of admission. It's on Game Pass day one. So if Bethesda, doesn't deliver, it doesn't really matter this time around because there's not a $60 or $70 price of admission entry point. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, guess what? It's on Game Pass day one for $1. That's the beauty of Game Pass. Xbox should buy every studio up because everyone's switching proprietary engines to Unreal Engine. All of the developers are going to Unreal Engine. We're losing the soul. We're losing the identity in these games. So at this point, Microsoft should just buy all of them up. I mean, they're already going that way. So in the next 25 years, maybe that will come to fruition. And again, Game Pass is going to be the standard. They're going to drop the Xbox moniker. And again, you can come back to this shit in 15 years and be like, damn, this guy was fucking a fortune teller. Why would you want to spend... Some people in here are actually on the spectrum. Why would you want to spend $70 on a game when you can play it for free on Game Pass? Make that make sense, bro. Make that make fucking sense. Because it doesn't make sense. Here's the thing. If PlayStation had PlayStation Pass, you guys would be shilling that to the moon and back. You guys would be shilling that to the moon and back. And you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Every game is switching over to Unreal Engine. It is. CD Projekt Red is now on Unreal Engine for the next Witcher game. Every game is switching to Unreal Engine because it's just a faster process. If you can't fix Cyberpunk, then yeah, you're going to have to switch engines so you can actually, more developers are more accustomed to that. Unreal Engine. Why would you not switch to Unreal Engine? No one knows your proprietary engine and what its, limits are and shit like that. I mean, I'm not even a game dev, but I'm just like talking sense here.
SK super chatted $10. Mackle spitting truth.
Exactly.
One
See,
of the best
SK knows what I'm talking
conversations I
about.
have ever listened to.
Exactly. SK knows what I'm talking about. SK knows what I'm talking about. Tell me which AAA game is the best. Why don't you tell me which AAA game is the best? Let me guess, the Dead Space. Name one game that has come out this year that's actually good. I'll wait. In 2023, name one game that has come out this year that is actually good. Maybe I missed out on one release, but name one game. Name one game that's actually come out this year that's actually good. Because I haven't played it. I played all of the big releases this year. They're all garbage. They're all garbage. What's the first big game that came out this year? Dead Space Remake? Trash. Didn't need to happen. Didn't need to be made. It underperformed. Why was the Dead Space Remake necessary? It wasn't necessary. It didn't need to exist. And yet people consumed because, well, there was nothing else to play in February. Okay? And then along comes Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy had a lot of potential. You take Harry Potter right in Hogwarts Academy, and what do? Nothing with it. You do literally nothing with it. And everyone's consuming because it has great graphics. You can fly around the fucking broomstick, and they don't even have that fucking sports game in the game. Think about that. They have the arena to tease it, and you can do these broom fucking witch races, but you can't play the game that is in a PS2 game. And people shilled Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, you tell me how that makes sense. But there was controversy that wasn't even akin to the actual content of the fucking game. It's all bullshit. The industry has collapsed years ago. The industry has collapsed years ago. You look at a game like Hogwarts Legacy, it's an Unreal Engine, it's soulless, and you have you can't even play the game, the soccer game on the broom, whatever the fuck it's called, the football game on the broomstick. In the Harry Potter universe. You know what I'm talking about? Quidditch or whatever the fuck it's called. They don't have that in the game because you know what? We can't program that. We're too fucking lazy. We're too busy, we're too busy at Starbucks drinking our soy lattes. It's ridiculous. Okay? And then you have this whole gimmick of, well, you're in Hogwarts Academy, but there's no classes. There's no time schedule. There's no, you can't go to the classes. It's just missions. It's trash. It's one of the worst things that I played in a long time. And people thought it was actually good. Trash. It's not good. It's not even average. It's garbage. Throw it in the trash. You have NPCs that literally disappear. And all of these Hogwarts fanboys are like, oh, Michael, that's Harry Potter. You don't understand. That's what they do in the fucking, in the source material, Michael. This proves to me that you're a fake fucking Harry Potter fan. Well, I don't watch Harry Potter, but I know that they shouldn't be fucking disappearing like that. So Hogwarts Legacy was trash. What was the last release? Resident Evil 4 Remake? Let's not get into that. Please, let's not get back into that. Because that game's trash too. They destroyed a classic and everyone says, we're glad that they did. Oh, they cut U3 out? He was a shit boss to begin with. Go find one review from 2005 that mentioned that U3 was a forgettable boss. You will not find it. Because it's revisionist history. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit is what it is. You won't find one review of RE4 from 2005 when the game initially came out on the GameCube that says that U3 was a forgettable boss. I guarantee it, bro. But now let's rewrite history and say, oh yeah, the game mechanics of the original game were trash because it fits our fucking narrative from a bunch of fake fucking gamers that didn't even play the damn fucking remake. So there has not been any good games that have released this year thus far. Now there's still hope. There's still hope. Zelda comes out next month. Is Nintendo going to get back on that fucking throne? They might very well. Starfield. Is that going to be Todd Howard's magnum opus? We hope so. Regardless, it's on Game Pass day one. There's no $60, $70 entry. You can't beat that. Spider-Man 2. Did they listen to my review? I hope they did. Did they actually improve the web swinging? Because the web swinging in Spider-Man PS4 2018 was trash. And all of the Marvel fanboys defended it like, oh no, it's a lot better than Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is a game on the fucking PS2, GameCube, and original Xbox. And it has better, more realistic web swinging mechanics on primitive hardware than the 2018 release. Oh, but because the graphics in the 2018 release, therefore that makes it better because it has brand new shiny graphics, style presentation over fucking substance all the time, every single time with these fake gamers, over and over and over again. Style presentation, style presentation. We don't care about game design, we don't care about art, we don't care about any of this shit, we don't care about artificial intelligence. It's all garbage, and it's time to drain the swamp. It's time to drain the swamp. This industry is bad. It's in a bad state right now. Just because it's selling, just because the software is selling more so than ever, doesn't mean it's great, guys. Okay? You got a few horses leading the pack here, and it's Fortnite, Call of Duty, FIFA, EA Sports, Madden, those games. But outside of that, the industry would be dead. We'd be in the gaming crash 2.0. We would. Elden Ring was good. It's an asset flip, buddy. Elden Ring was good, by the way. It's literally an asset flip with a soulless open world that brought literally nothing new to the table. A dead, empty open world, and everyone shilled it because, everyone loved Elden Ring. And that's great, I'm glad you guys like that. They copy and paste dungeons, bosses, the whole fucking night. Very lazy game. Very lazy game. But I'm not going to discuss Elden Ring in here because we don't need to discuss
Twitch
Elden
and
Ring
Nash
here.
super chatted $19.99.
I'm not going down that road.
Xbox offers more than PS in service and rewards. Game Pass, Microsoft rewards. You can purchase memberships for free. You can enter sweepstakes and get gift cards for free. PS beats Xbox in
Like I said, Game
exclusive.
Pass, Game Pass is what it's all about. Game Pass is what it's all about. And like I said, I think if they drop the Xbox moniker eventually, and I believe that they will down the road in 5, 10, 15 years, I believe they will drop the Xbox moniker from Game Pass. And you will be able to experience Game Pass all across the board on any platform, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever. Not even joking. I know that sounds insane, but it will happen. It will happen one day. And that's what needs to happen. This industry is churning out disposable software over and over and over again. And it's terrible. It's terrible. Twitch at Ash coming through. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Twitch at Ash coming through really hard and really strong. No, Elden Ring is objectively not a hard game. It's not. Because you can watch streamers beat it with their feet. They're playing it on a very unique device, and they're beating Elden Ring without even pressing many buttons. So Elden Ring is objectively not a hard game. Elden Ring is objectively not a hard game. If you say Elden Ring is objectively a hard game, you are a shill. So I don't want to see anyone in this chat saying that Elden Ring is objectively a hard game.
It's over.
Because it isn't. You are a shill.
Leopard super chatted $6.99. Hello world class. How are you doing today?
Well, I wish I had the technical knowledge to make a video game, but maybe I don't need it anymore. With AI advancing so rapidly, I could just tell the AI to make a video game, and I can creatively come up with it, and the AI could just pump it out for me. I mean, it really could be that simple within the next 5 to 10 years. Name one good game. Name one good game. We have 22% left on the battery here. Name one good game in the last 2 years, and don't say Elden Ring because we're not talking about Elden Ring here. Name one good game. I'll wait. Name one good game in the last 2 years. Name one exceptional title that blew you away, that knocked your socks right off. Name one good game in the last 2 years. One good game in the last 2 years. Elden Ring brought nothing new to the table. It's an asset flip, dude. It's an asset flip. Hi-Fi Rush, never played it. What is it? Let me guess. It's a carbon copy of Sunset Overdrive. It's a carbon copy of... And you guys didn't play Sunset Overdrive because it was only on Xbox, and you said, oh, Xbox is trash. But if it came to PlayStation, if Sunset Overdrive came to PlayStation and we're a PlayStation exclusive, you guys would be shilling it so hard. Oh, it's a hidden gem. It's a fucking masterpiece. I'm tired of the Snowy fanboys coming over here because they're still... Ghost of Tsushima? No, that game's trash. That game literally brought nothing new to the table. The only thing that game did well is the visuals were cool. That doesn't make a great game. Oh, you hired talented artists. Cool. That doesn't make a great game. It literally brought nothing new to the table. It brought the same old game design from the last decade and threw it into this wannabe ninja game that brings nothing new to the table. There's no physics, with the death animations in Ghost of Tsushima. The game's junk. The game's junk. How is Ghost of Tsushima great? How is Ghost of Tsushima great? It brought literally nothing new to the table. You roam around. It's just like Dead Island 2 here, but at least Dead Island 2 respects your fucking time a little bit more because it's not open world. You know, they didn't shoehorn the open world element in here. Now, I wish some of the levels were a little bit expanded upon what they already have. However, with that said, at least Dead Island 2, at least the developers actually respect your fucking time and they don't just shoehorn a pointlessly big open world into this son of a bitch. So you know what? We might have to up the score to 7.5 on Dead Island 2 because now that I'm looking back at it, you know what? Maybe this game is actually a hidden fucking gem because it does respect your fucking time. So instead of opening up this bloated, empty open world that does nothing new, they give you a much more curated experience. Hitman 3 is trash. The last good Hitman game, and this is a hot take, the last good Hitman game was Hitman Absolution. The best Hitman game is Blood Money. I don't care about what these elitists say, like, oh no, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin was amazing. No, game's trash. Too dated. Hitman Blood Money was the best one. Name one good game. I'm still waiting. You can't say Ghost of Tsushima. The game's trash. Splatoon 3? Never played it. Why would they need to make a third Splatoon game, bro? Name one good game. I'm waiting. No one's naming games in here. Name one good game. Blood Money was the last good Hitman game. I disagree. Absolution was good because they took the franchise in a different direction and these snotty Hitman fans are like, oh God, we want the sandbox to return. And now they put out these live service Hitman games that are so fucking soulless. There's no identity. There's no individuality. But that's the point, Michael. He's a fucking Agent 47. No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding from a game design perspective. They had a vision for Hitman Absolution and the gamers said, fuck your vision. We want the old shit back. And now it's more soulless, more live servicey than ever. It's trash. It's garbage. Name one good game. Cyberpunk 2077 is trash. Saints Row. Well, you know, Chris H., you might be onto something there. I think Saints Row was, again, at least they did something. They brought something new to the table. Well, they didn't bring anything new to the table, but they did their own thing. Metro Exodus, never played it. The new Hitman games are trash. From 2016 to the last one that came out in 2021 or whatever, terrible games. If you played the new Hitman games offline, you lose access to content. It's trash, bro. It's total garbage. Don't support that shit. It's trash. Name one good game. What was the last good game? What was the last truly good experience? Demon's Souls Remake? Bro, really? Demon's Souls Remake? Okay. Now you're just trolling. Demon's Souls Remake. Yeah, okay, buddy. Name one good game in here. I'm waiting, bro. BioShock Infinite? Bro, BioShock Infinite? Really? That game is trash. All of the BioShock games are trash, bro. I'd rather play Dead Island 2. All of the BioShock games are trash. Actually, I haven't played the second one. Haven't played the second BioShock. I played Infinite. That's when I knew gaming was dead for me. I'm not even kidding. I had an epiphany when I played BioShock Infinite. I had an epiphany, and I came out of the woodwork and I sat there to myself and I said, I am not having fun with this, and that's when I knew that it was over for me. BioShock Infinite killed any joy that I had for this medium. I'm not even joking. I'm dead ass not even joking. BioShock Infinite was the same shooting gallery missions over and over and over again. You might as well work at a fucking cheese sandwich factory assembly line, bro, because at least you can, have life experience. Why would you want to play these games where you do literally the same thing over and over and over again? Does that not get bored? Does that not get bored? I just don't understand. So many of these gamers want these repetitive tasks to infest the game design experience, and it makes no fucking sense. This is why I had to skip all of the fucking missions in Red Dead Redemption 2. You die 3 times in Red Dead Redemption 2, it gives you the option to skip to the next checkpoint. And I had to utilize that every single time because the game is so fucking terrible. It was the same mission over and over and over again. Arthur, we need more money, Tahiti. And then when you went to Tahiti, oh, don't even get me started on Red Dead Redemption 2. It's fucking trash. We're back on that game. I hate that fucking game. I had to convince myself that I loved it as well because everyone on the internet loved it. And I said, well, I don't want to feel left out, so fuck me. I'm putting my opinion aside, and you know what? It is a great game because the horse testicles shrink, right? It's Rockstar. They can't fucking do wrong. But it's a lazy, half-assed effort is what it is. It really is. It's a lazy, half-assed effort. So have we named one game in here? The first BioShock game is trash. It's the most repetitive garbage since Doom in 1991 with John Carmack and shit, bro. The BioShock Infinite is trash. BioShock 2 I haven't played. Maybe that's the fucking great one. But BioShock 1 is garbage, bro. BioShock 1 is garbage. Mass Effect? Those games were never good. The Mass Effect games were never good. The combat was shit. All of the Mass Effect games were terrible. All of the Mass Effect games were terrible. Bro, I bought Mass Effect when it came out on Xbox 360. It ran at 15 frames and had shitty-ass combat. No one wants to play that. And you play as this generic fucking loser who's on like fucking Planet 9 and like, hey, we got to go to this fucking it's trash, generic, garbage space shit. Play BioShock 2? Is it any different than the first game? Because if not, there's no reason to play BioShock 2. Why would I want to play BioShock 2? Is it any different than the first game? When was the last great game? BioShock 2 is the only good one? We're not playing Ash Creed 2. I played the first Ash Creed. I hated it. And I bought it when it came out. I bought Ash Creed in 2007 on Xbox 360. I jumped around a little bit and I said, well, cool graphics. And then I said, well, this is trash. It's not fun to play. But you know what? Maybe going back to the first Ash Creed game in 2024, 2023, whatever year it is here, maybe that would be a breath of fresh air. Maybe that would be a breath of fresh air. Halo 2, that's trash. The only good thing about Halo was the multiplayer back in the day. Name one good game in here. I'm waiting. Fallout New Vegas, those graphics are terrible. Fallout New Vegas, by the way. Bro, the graphics were downgraded. Did you not look up the development history for Fallout New Vegas? They rushed the fucking game. How is a rush game a masterpiece?
Leopard super chatted $6.99. Guardians of the Galaxy was genuinely a great game.
I have that game. And I actually was playing it until you get to the part where it requires you to go online, bro. And I said, you know what? It's trash. Name one good game in here. I'm waiting for someone to name something that's actually not shilled by mainstream reviewers, because that's what you're going to have to look. Okay, let me ask you guys this. Name the best Silent Hill game right now, and I'll tell you if you're wrong or right. Name the best Silent Hill game right now, and I will tell you if you're wrong or right. Best Silent Hill game right now, and I'm gonna come out of the woodwork here, and I'm gonna say who's right and who's wrong here. Leopard coming through. Hell yeah! By the way, appreciate that. Twisted Metal. That's trash. Never liked it. Old isn't good, guys. I'm telling you. That is a meme. Old is not automatically good. The Getaway. There's potential there. The Getaway, yep. The Getaway was forward-thinking. I'm talking about forward-thinking games. I'm talking about games that... The Getaway was ahead of its time, absolutely. Whoever was in charge of that game, the creative vision, the direction of that game, they're probably not in the industry anymore, because it wouldn't make sense if they were. Because I will tell you that this industry has turned out total slop. Silent Hill 4 The Room, trash. When I got out of the apartment in Silent Hill 4 The Room, guess what? It turned into the same fucking Silent Hill game as every other game. Garbage. Next. Silent Hill Downpour, that's that one with Korn. Motor Storm, okay, buddy. I need someone in here. Why are you guys not saying Silent Hill 1? Why are you guys not saying Silent Hill 1 in here? Why are you guys not saying Silent Hill 1? Silent Hill 1 is the only good Silent Hill game, followed up by Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Oh yeah, that's a hot take, isn't it? Silent Hill 1 is the only good Silent Hill game, followed up by Shattered Memories. Those are the only 2 Silent Hill games you should play. The rest of the Silent Hill games are trash. The rest of the Silent Hill games are trash. Silent Hill 2 is over fucking rated garbage. It's a PG-13 fucking horror movie where his wife is already dead and she's back from the dead, and you know he's seeing visions of his wife and she got chopped up because he killed her or some fucking dumb bullshit. It's a stupid ass relationship love story. And you know they criticize the Beatles for fucking She Loves You, yeah. And Silent Hill 2 does nothing fucking new. And that's why they're remaking that shit, because it's trash. They're remaking that shit because it wasn't good to begin with. The only good Silent Hill game is Silent Hill 1, and the only good follow-up is Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which was a soft reboot of the damn franchise because it needed a fucking reboot. And guess what guess what that brought new to the table? So much so, the game tracks you. The game tracks how you play, and it incorporates your play style with game. You're not listening, and I don't care. I'm done with these Silent Hill fanboys. They're not listening. I don't care. You know, that's why they're remaking Silent Hill 2, because it's trash. And guess who they picked to remake Silent Hill 2? The worst developers in the fucking business. We're talking style over substance to be their fucking subtitle, because that's the only thing they know how to do, make a game look good on Unreal Engine. Oh, that's great. Silent Hill 2 remake on Unreal Engine. Geez, just a generic fucking engine that anyone can fucking learn after watching a few YouTube tutorial videos. I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding me. They picked apparently the best Silent Hill game to remake, Silent Hill 2, and guess what they do? They pick the worst developer in the entire industry to remake Silent Hill 2. You think that's going to come out on top? Absolutely fucking not. They took the Blair Witch intellectual property. They took the Blair Witch IP and they designed a generic, and I mean fucking generic, game that brought nothing new to the table. And you could have did so much with that universe. You could have done so much with the Blair Witch IP, and they didn't do anything. And it's trash. Name one good game. Name one good game. I'm waiting. You guys are still not naming one good game in here. I am waiting. Mirror's Edge. Interesting, cool concept, but I don't think it was that great. Name one good game in here. Name one good game in here. I am waiting. Dead Rising 1, they ripped off Dawn of the Dead. They ripped off Dawn of the Dead. And I'm pretty sure they got sued for doing it, too. I'm pretty sure they got sued. I'm pretty sure Capcom got sued by the folks behind Dawn of the Dead. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty sure they got sued. So it was a blatant ripoff of Dawn of the Dead, and it wasn't even a good one either. It's like, oh yeah, we have these stupid boss. You know, one of the things I hate about Dead Rising 1 and really killed the game for me was the fact that the bosses were so fucking stupid and retarded. It's like, oh yeah, here's this killer clown with 2 chainsaws. It's like, I don't even give a shit about this anymore. It's like you had this sort of realistic approach, like this big mystery of what's going on with the Willamette Mall in Colorado, and Frank West is there for only 72 hours to figure out, uncover the fucking story here. You know, photojournalist Frank West. And then you got these dumb-ass bosses in this game that are just so fucking unrealistic, that don't even make any fucking sense, and it took me out of the whole game, and I stopped playing it after that. So I never really liked Dead Rising 1, but if I had to say, Dead Rising 1 is the best Dead Rising, but there's no good Dead Rising game. So they should remake Dead Rising 1. They should remake. Sleeping Dogs is one of the most overrated internet darling games on the fucking internet. Oh my god. The most overrated internet darling game. Sleeping Dogs? That game's trash, bro. Name one thing that game brought new to the table. Oh, you can throw fucking people in your trunk of the car. Oh, wow, that's so innovative. The game's trash, bro. Sleeping Dogs? Oh, wow. That's an overrated internet darling game, dude. Oh, underrated, by the way. Sleeping Dogs is underrated? Oh, yeah, it's trash. Dead by Daylight. I mean, you got shills in here. You got shills in here right now. Dead by Daylight, by the way. How much are they paying you to come over here and chill this for 300 viewers? It better be fucking great, because Jesus Christ, you think there's 3,000 people watching? Absolutely not. Only 300 people and you're shilling Dead by Daylight. Imagine being such a fucking normie, bro. Control? Control is trash, bro. Control? Bro, Control is pretentious. Control is pretentious woke slop. And you think that Remedy, the Remedy of today, is going to remake Max Payne in a way that makes sense? Max Payne is going to get woke, and you're going to love it, because you guys voted for Joe Biden. Quite clearly, you voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Quite clearly. Battlefield 2042. Finally a great answer. Because you know what? Let's respect the developers behind these games. They actually try and usher in their vision, and you shut it down because it wasn't what you wanted. You know, you think you have the entitlement from these gamers. No wonder why developers hate gamers, because they're so entitled. They're so entitled. They can't sit there and consume and conform to the vision that the developers had for their game, for their software. They can't do that. They can't be bothered. They just want to throw a hissy fit and say, it's not the Battlefield that I wanted. It's not my Battlefield. Sweetheart, sit down. Name one good game in here. Name one good game in here. I'm waiting. I got 13% battery, so you better make it quick. I got 13% battery in here. Name one good game. Name one good game. I got 13% battery out here. Name one good game. Triad bus coming through. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Name one good game. I'm waiting. Name one good game. Name one good game. You know, now that I'm starting to think about it, I'm not sure if there's any good games out there. Maybe there was never a good video game. The Darkness. The Darkness. Well, to be fair, it was basically... The Darkness is good, but it's not... It's a comic book, bro. We're talking an original idea. We're talking an original idea, bro. We're not talking based off of something that already exists. An original idea. An original idea. Metal Gear Solid 2, the only good part of Metal Gear Solid 2 is the tanker mission, bro. Outside of that, you play as Raidon. And Raidon is like butt naked in these missions. It's trash. I think that was the game that made me question a few things. Just Cause 2? Well, you know, maybe that's the only good game. Name one good game. I'm still waiting. Max Payne 2? Why was there a sequel that needed to be made? Max Payne 2? I don't see one good game in here. I don't see one good game in here. Fallout 76. Well, you know what? At least they brought something new to the table. At least they brought something new to the table with Fallout 76. You would have never thought of them bringing Fallout to the online environment. And yet they did it. Name one good game in here, bro. Well, you guys are going to shill the Max Payne remake. You guys are going to shill the Max Payne remake when they censor that and they retell the entire story. You guys are going to shill the Max Payne remake, quite clearly. Hitman Blood Money, there you go. I think that, you know, let's put that in the top 10. I mean, I'm just waiting. No one in here is naming one thing. Life is Strange True Colors? Holy shit, bro. You want to talk about bad taste? Life is Strange True Colors? Oh, yeah. Name one good game in here. You guys are normies. I mean, you're listing the most popular games, bro. You guys are normies. Name one good... There's 300 people in here. You can't name one good game? You guys are just going on Wikipedia listing at the most popular games ever created. Banned. Witcher 3? Witcher 3 is trash. The narrative that CD Projekt Red was ever good is ludicrous. They act like there was a big jump from Witcher to fucking Cyberpunk. There wasn't. There wasn't. There was no difference. It's the same fucking game. And yet people act like they're totally different games. Guess what's talking? It's nostalgia. It ain't the game's quality. They're both trash. You just sit around and listen to fucking pointless dialogue that never ends. There's no interesting characters. The gameplay is dated. The Witcher 3 is garbage. Cyberpunk is better than The Witcher 3. And that was based off a comic book or some fucking tabletop game anyway. Name one good game. Name one good game in here. We have 9% on the battery. We only have a few minutes left, so start naming one good game. Name one good game. Banned. Name one good game. Stunning and Brave coming through. Midnight Club. Never played it. Never played it. Guys, we only have 9% on the battery. I want someone in here to name one good game. The Thing. There we go. But that's based off a movie. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. We're talking about original source material here. Not something that's based off a comic book or a movie or anything like that. Name one good game in here. Ocarina of Time, never played it. Name one good game. Guys, we're running out of time here. 8% on the battery. I got to wrap this show up soon. Name one good game. Nope, none of these are good games. None of these are good games. Devin coming through. Skate 2, never played Skate 2. Nope. 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 You guys can't name one good game in here. Far Cry 3? Ban him. Far Cry 3? You're really suggesting Far Cry 3? The fuck? Shit's when the fucking franchise died. Manhunt 1? You guys like Manhunt 1? What did Manhunt 1 bring new to the table? You just go around and slash up enemies. Steve O coming through. World at War. Call of Duty World at War? Call of Duty World at War, bro? No one in here has named one good game. No one in here has named one good game, bro.
It's over!
Steve-O super chatted £5. World at War.
Name one good game. Goosebumps Horrorland? This guy's recommending Goosebumps? Goosebumps Horrorland on Wii? Bro. Goosebumps? This guy's a troll. And I emailed you about a Wii? Bro, you obviously a troll. Goosebumps Horrorland? Okay, buddy. If I look this up and it's total slop, Goosebumps Horrorland on Wii? The fuck is this? $12 on DK Oldies? Okay. We have 7% on the battery and not one single human in here has named one good game. And when you name one good game, I'll let you know. But we only have a certain amount of time. Nope, chat's slowing down. The Gears of War franchise? Really? Alien Isolation? That game's trash, bro. That game is trash, bro. Infamous? The open world in Infamous is garbage. Oh, you have electricity powers. The game is trash. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 says Lord Cosmo. Never played them. Never played Black Ops. Name one good game. We only have 4 minutes left. Tekken 2? A sequel can't be a good game. Hogwarts Legacy? This dude says Hogwarts Legacy? Name one good game. Trash. Trash. The Last of Us? Get this Sony shill out of here, dude. The Last of Us, by the way. That's when the industry really confirmed that it wasn't going to innovate. That it wasn't going to bring anything new to the table, and now everyone's chasing The Last of Us garbage with all of these similar mechanics, similar gameplay themes, woke. I mean, it's garbage. No one could name one good game in here. No one could name one good game in here. I mean, it's funny because, like, bro, I'm looking at this and not a single soul is naming one good game in here. And we're at 4% on the battery. I have to end this show. I have to end this show. The show has to end. The battery is dying. We're at 4%, bro, and not one single person named one good game in here. Devin coming through the Warriors for PS2 and Scarface. Never played them. Never played them. We have to end the show. The battery is literally dying. You guys are chatting so fast that the battery is literally sucking up more power, bro. You're utilizing more of the memory, dude. Name one good game in here, bro. We got 10 seconds left. We got 10 seconds left after this plays out. We got 10 seconds left, and I'm going to see if we can find someone in here.
Devin Gillard super chatted $6
That has their...
The Warriors for PS2 and that Scarface game for 360. You could snort coke for health in both those.
What? Name one good game. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Not a single soul named one good game. Not a single soul named one good game. No, stop chatting. It's over. Not a single soul named one good game in here, bro. Oh, I just saw one good game, but you're past the cutoff point. Nope. Nope. Someone listed a great game, and I'm not saying who it was. And you know what? It was past the cutoff point. So not a single soul in here, since it was past the cutoff point, listed a great game. It's over. Well, that's going to do it. Dead Island 2 is at a 75. I gave Dead Island 2 a 6.5. But does it bring anything new to the table? No. And that's what you guys love. You love consuming. Nonetheless, with that said, appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And we will see you later. Take care.